Monday Night Lights, featuring live racing coverage and handicapping at Assiniboia Downs. Be sure to visit the player portal at asdowns.com for free racing programs, weekly special events, and links to other great information.
Good Monday evening, everybody, and welcome to Trust the Profits Monday Night Lights. I'm Jessica Tugwell. I'm here with Tim, Riders Up Tim, and we're here to take you through the whole card tonight at Assiniboia Downs. How are you doing tonight, Tim?
Doing great. Ready for another Monday night at Assiniboia. We got a couple great stakes races, and for what at Assiniboia is a couple of a night full of good-sized fields. No 5-horse races at all tonight.
Exactly. We've even got a 10-horse race in the last, so we've got a lot to look forward to tonight. The stakes races look pretty fun, and hopefully we can have a little bit of a redemption arc from last week. But I think we can pull it off tonight. Get back on our winning streak.
What's up, Frank? Frank joining us.
Thanks so much for checking in, hanging out with us. Yes, Rodney, great point. We just noticed that about 20 minutes ago, big scratch in race 3 that Will is Chill, the morning line favorite, the 1-horse, was a vet scratch out of race 3. So make sure everyone takes note of that. That was a pretty recent update.
Yes. This
evening. So make sure you note that. And what do we got? I'm starting out here. Any big stable duel keys for you tonight, Tim?
It's interesting because tonight's one of those nights to where you have 2 huge favorites. So you have, I think it's a $12,000 horse and a $14,000 horse. Mm-hmm. And you remember, so with a $50,000 bankroll, you have to average $5,000 a horse. So to pay $14,000 for a horse, that's like spending 3 horses worth of money. So is it worth the money? Is it not worth the money? I don't know.
Yeah, it's a tough one. You're betting a horse. That horse is Mr. Phillip in the 5th, and it's going to be only his second time going 2 turns. The first time he was in at the hot springs behind horses like Nash, Carbone, and Frost Free, so it's hard to kind of judge from that whether the distance was too far or not, but he's by Matoli out of a Bustin' Stones mare, so it is a little bit of a question mark whether 2 turns is really going to be his game. I mean, if he runs those races, then yeah, he's a horse who could get you a lot of points in stable duel win by open lengths, but he's also a horse that you could spend, $14,000 on, and then he ends up finishing off the board.
Absolutely.
So I did end up deciding to use him just in case, because I'm like, I don't need those heavy favorites. And I decided, you know what? Okay. If there's going to be a horse that gives you separation, basically, he's the horse who's going to win you a bunch of points if you have him. And I feel like it's going to be hard to make up those points elsewhere if you don't. So it's a toss-up, really, though.
To me, that's always what I'm looking at because, I can get 60 points with any winner, And so when you're paying that much money, I don't want 60 points. It better be, 68, 70, 72 points. You know what I mean? It better be a lot. And, otherwise you've really wasted your money because you could go elsewhere and find the winners. And, but if you think it's a sure thing and you're not sure on some of the other races, then I see that too. But it's always one of those tough calls.
Yeah. And you kind of have a similar, issue. Rodney points out the 2 and the 7 in the following race. She's My Niece and Zarina. Zarina is another horse who has some distance question marks, going that 7.5 furlong distance in there, 8-5 on the morning line. Her one effort going 2 turns was in the Arizona Oaks, where she was beaten over 10 lengths and really didn't show anything. So tough horse for me to take there. I actually ended up thinking Dynamic Strike made a lot of sense in the Jack Hardy as a horse who figures to appreciate the stretch out and could maybe turn the tables on the She's My Niece Zarina rivalry that's been going on. So it's a tough call with horses, those short price horses in stable duel, and decided to take a different approach than normal because my normal approach has not been working. So I decided to try to throw the $14,000 horse in. I feel like enough people will not use him that fingers crossed he can get 2 turns. It's definitely a question mark though, but free game.
There was one reason that I like Zarina a lot, and that is Carlos Moreno. If you're looking at the stakes races right now, he's winning at like a 50% clip. And no one else is winning greater than like 20%. And he's definitely winning all the stakes races. And even if you look overall, I mean, he's had 18 starts, 7 wins, 7 seconds.
Yeah. Wild stats there for the
pretty
trainer,
strong with his barn right now. And most of his horses are in these stakes races. So
yeah, he knows what he's doing there. I am not able to access the Assiniboia Downs live feed for some reason. If you're able to show that.
Sure.
Not sure why YouTube is not loading it for me. But yeah, let's talk about race 1, which again, another race that looks a little bit chalky on paper to me. I had a hard time getting away from the 2 favorites in here on the morning line. It's a Boy and Not a Cat But a Card. Not a Cat But a Card might get some pressure from CC's Kitten, who I actually did use in Stable Duel as a horse who's dropping a little bit in here. But coming in off of really, I just had an invader. Coming in off of a pretty bad performance, but had a nice race 2 back. So hoping that maybe CC's Kitten can stick around for a piece after setting the pace a little bit, along with Not a Cat But a Card. But to me, it looked like 2, 3, 1 were kind of the 3 that I was looking at in here.
Yeah, I really like CC's Kitten as a price play. I even played the horse in Stable Duel. I think that this is a horse that can definitely stick around. One thing that I found interesting when you're looking at the previous races is if you look 2 races back at that 5.5 furlongs, and granted, I know in this particular race we're going 7.5, but if you look, that was Rashad Knight's. He gets up on the horse one time and the horse wins. He won at 15-1. We're at a morning line of 15-1. So he can get this horse home. He's doing well. They get the weight break. So I like that horse a lot at a price in here. But I'm going to throw another horse into the works. And I just saw that that Kurt had this one on top and Stretches got him third. But I like the 6 horse. Can you hear me now? This is a horse I've been on just about all year long. Bino getting up for Devin Gittins in here, and those 2 hit at a pretty good clip. They're hitting at about 23%. If you bet everything, you're even on them right now because they've got a $2 ROI on everything if you were betting them all. And this is a horse that they've done pretty well with. And I think the 7.5 is really what this horse wants. So if you look, they went 5, 5.5, 6, and 7. And the horse seems to be getting a little bit better every race out, 31, 44, 47 on the speed figure. So yeah, we'll need to move forward a little bit again here to stay with a couple of these, but I really like that horse. I think the horse can definitely be there. And then I did go with my second pick. I think the 2, It's a Boy, is going to be tough in here, and and Antonio Whitehall getting up. And it's interesting that Rashad Knight's was on that one previously, and now Whitehall is getting up. And I just think that 7.5, you know how I feel about Whitehall in the 2-turn races at Assiniboia. I just think he's tough, and this horse is tough, and the horse is definitely going to be right there. But I ended up 6.25 here.
Yeah, and it does look like the 5, CC's Kitten's gotten quite a bit of play, down to 5-1.
I see that
15-1 morning line, whereas on the inside rail, Smart Call, who was 6-1 on the morning line, has floated up to 10-1.
Hello, everybody.
What is
Hi,
up,
Sean?
How you doing, guys?
Good.
We're waiting for you to come in and give us the winners.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
there you go. Oh, wait a minute. Let me get out of here. Hey, everybody in the chat. How you doing? I swear to God, for Stable Duel, I had like 19 different lineups tonight. And then when the $12,000 horse scratched out of the 3rd race, I said, boy, does that change everything.
It really did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
how's everybody doing tonight?
Hey, Sean, one thing is Jess can't show the feed. So if you don't mind showing the feed, because I just pulled it up and I was going to do it, but I always have trouble with the sound when I do it.
Yeah, I can do it.
Oh,
yes, yeah. Yep. Give me 2 seconds here.
Yeah, it's strange because I can share in StreamYard, but I can't get the YouTube to load.
Sure. No worries, my friends. No worries
And
at all.
StreamYard's having a lot of problems right now. I don't know if you guys both noticed that there was a message when you came in on the bulletin board that came up and showed and said they were having a lot of video issues. And I was doing the max headroom thing when I first came in. My video was like,
oh geez. Exorcism.
and it said they were
There
having
we
video issues and they were trying to fix it. So
There's
look at that
Rodney.
perfect timing. Horses hitting the
There we
track.
go.
Look at that. Hitting the track.
So Sean, what did you think of this first race? Tim and I both like the 2. Tim liked the 6 on top. I was 2-3-1-5. He was 6-2-5, I believe.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of this race. You know what I'm saying? Like in terms of in terms of I mean, from a stable duel thing, I just used the 5. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But from a handicapping point, I'm like, I guess I like 3-2, you like 5, but you know what I'm saying? But you know, but in terms of but I have no confidence in any of these, you know, orders. You know what I'm saying? In terms of, you know, like if I was, you know.
Yeah, it's a tough race to feel confident in anybody, I feel like.
Yeah. Like It's a Boy was getting a huge play early, you know, and I like that horse, but I don't love him. You know, the 3 looked very solid, but he has some interesting, you know. So it's just an interesting mix here, if you will.
Yeah, like the 3 speed figures have been pretty consistently about what the field is capable of, it looks like, but hasn't really been close to a win at Assiniboia Downs at any point in time. Does get down to the lowest level, but is that going to be enough?
5's on his toes. There you go. CC's kitten is on his toes. There you go.
I like this horse a lot.
Yeah.
And you know, I completely faded the 3 in here. I just, you know, I went back and that even that last race to where the 3 finished in front of the 5, but I thought the 5 stretching out in that race needed the race for sure. So, but I just do not like that horse. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a name, not a cat, but a card. Nobody wants to be a card over a cat when you're in Kentucky.
Wasn't there a horse like something but a llama or something?
Not
like
a cat,
that?
but a llama. Yeah.
Right? Exactly. This must be his cousin.
Well, it's definitely referring to the Louisville, Kentucky basketball thing, not a cat, but a card. So
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And he ended up in Winnipeg, just where they.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely preferred the 2 of the 2 favorites.
Yes, I would agree.
I did as well.
I would agree.
I just, you know, and the 6 is a gut play, you know, looking at it. And we know Bino has gotten some horses home at a price you know, especially when he's with riding for Gittins. And I just, it's one of those hunch plays. The 2, I think, is the best. I'm going to try to beat him and would probably put them together here, the 6 and the 2. But I'm definitely trying to beat the 3. That's a horse I just don't have faith in.
Sure. Yeah. No,
Do we want to try and just like key the 2 in an exacta?
That's not bad at all. Yeah.
What are the will pays with horses that aren't the 3?
Let's take a look. I need to pull my account up anyway. I hadn't done that yet. Yeah. We got a minute, so we need to give our pick out so the folks can play along with us because it's going to be a big night. I'm feeling it.
2-5 is paying $29. 2-6 is $12, and I kind of like the 1 a little bit. 2-1 is $13.
That's nice.
That's
right. As Frank says, we have Daisy a Doozy in the second race. There's no Anna Kazana tonight, so Daisy a Doozy's replacing.
Yeah, that's going to have to be the best impression of the night.
Is replacing Anna Kazana.
Yeah, if we can get the 2 and the 5 together, that's pretty decent.
Yeah,
it is. I like that play a lot. But the 3-2 is actually the favored combination right now at $12.30. The 2-3 would be just behind that at $12.50.
Yeah, why don't we?
So Jess, we'll let you call it. You got the first one.
2 with the 1-5-6 key.
I like it. Yeah.
for
Let's play it pretty cheap. Let's do like
$1.
$1. Yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
Don't
Start
feel
slow.
super
Love
confident
it.
in this
Yep.
race.
Love
3
it.
could
Yep.
absolutely mess us up, but
No, I think that's a
definitely
very
the way we
valuable.
like to do it.
Yeah. Yep.
could also get us off to a nice start if we could get that 5
Absolutely.
in there.
Yep.
Yeah, 5
There's
to
Keith.
$30.
There we go. $1 exact key box 2 with the 156. That'll be 3 up, 3 down for $6.
Love it.
TM is key in the 6 with the 1, 2, 3.
Yep. Yep.
Definitely see that.
I mean, that's the horse I like on top. I really like that 6 for some reason. I don't
He's
know why.
on his toes there. I'm looking at him.
I had
Marv?
in my stable duel, even before the scratch, I had neither the 12 nor the $14,000 horse in my game.
That's probably the right move. I did end up using the $14,000 horse
Yeah,
because I had horses elsewhere.
I had him in one. Yeah. I actually took him out, but yeah, no, exactly. Marv beating the house.
You know, I will only use those horses that are above 10,000 when I'm not what I feel making a stretch for trying to find horses to be able to fill out my stable at the lower end.
Right.
If I've got good opinions and got 2 or 3 of those horses, then I have no problem using that. And that's actually what I did tonight because
that's how I felt tonight as well. Is
Yeah,
like the
no,
last
I
race,
had the
liked a couple
14
of
originally. I
15-to-1
just
shots.
tried a different, yeah.
But yeah, there were enough horses for me to fill out the stable without even feeling like I was missing anybody important. That I felt like I could use that $14,000 horse. Hope he can get the 2 turns. It's definitely there's a question mark there, which you don't really want to necessarily spend that kind of money on a horse with a question mark. But if he handles it, I think he wins by daylight, and those are the kind of horses that'll get you points in stable duel.
And exactly, that's it, Jessica. That's exactly it. Is I think he's a horse that can get us 70 points and not 60.
Yeah, yeah,
exactly.
No, absolutely.
Definitely respect the choice to leave him out and not take that risk. But I figured, well, we'll take it. See, I'm curious. I think stables might be locked in now.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. I did a rare thing for me tonight. I took the entire 3rd race.
Fair.
Because I didn't like the first ones.
Well, with the 1 out now, you can do that.
Yeah, that's what I did. That's what I did. I said, okay,
Looks like 39% of stables took the $14,000 horse in the free game.
Yeah.
And then I realized I had money on stable duel, so I did throw a $5 entry in too.
The interesting thing about those figures you have to remember is that percentage is across all games.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So sometimes you'll look at it and you'll be like, hey, a lot of people took this. And then you look at your game and you're like, man, why didn't a lot of people score? And you find out that they're actually in the other games or something. So,
oh, interesting. There are 2 other games tonight.
Right.
I think there's a 5
I played
and then
the
a
5,
bigger
but there's a 30 as well, I think.
one. All right. I'm loading up here.
Yeah, 23% still have the 1 in the 3rd race. Maybe they've all gone to sleep. Oh, yeah. Let's get the sound on here, Sean. Yeah.
The first one to step up and in the starting gate.
The dreaded 1 hole.
The current favorite at 3-2 goes in. Not a catch.
Rick's got 3 with 1, 4, 5, 6. Good luck, everybody. Let's start the night off with some money.
Next up, here comes Silvermaker. Now just 2 left to load. CC's Kitten.
Come on, CC.
Let's get that 5-2 home.
And just waiting on.
Play that guitar. Talk to me.
The field is set. They're at the post. And they're off.
They're off.
From the far outside, CC.
This is only a 100-yard dash, right?
Wants
Yeah.
the early lead.
Stop
and
the
is gonna
race.
get it as they pass
5-6, we got it.
the first time. Can you hear me now?
Why do you
Also,
keep going?
unusually up close early in second. Smart call.
This is
hugging the
unnecessary.
rail in third. Not a
Need the
cap,
two
but
to
a
get
card
rolling.
back in fourth.
There we go.
And it's going to be Silver Maker. And it's a boy. The early trailer is about 6 off of it.
All right, Rashad, let him relax.
3. A relatively quick opening quarter. And it's CC.
Any chance we get an inside trip with the two?
24 and 7.
Battling it out on the rails. Smart call is going to be looking for room soon. Not a cat, but a card patiently on the outside in fourth. It's a boy moving
49. He slowed it down a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Let him relax. Come on, Rashad.
49 and 2. And CC's kitten
2 is
still
gonna need to
with
kick
the
it in,
lead
but
and all
CC's looking
outside
good.
by
Yeah,
Kenya.
come
Here
on,
we now
CC.
in second. Not a cap by
Come
a
on,
card.
2.
4
Come on,
wide.
2, get
Come
up
on,
second here.
CC.
5 wide, they hit the head of the lane. And
All right, let's get this 2 just rolling on down the outside. Come on.
Yeah, let's get the 2 rolling.
And CC's
Aw, come on.
seems to be cruising at the
It'd be good for
16
stable duel at least. Wow.
Wow. CC. Much the best.
Wow.
Can you hear me
That'll
now
be
in
good for me. I had
third?
5-6 in stable duel.
Yeah.
That's great. There you go. I just singled the 5.
Same.
Yeah.
26% on the 5. So we're
Right. There you go.
pretty good. Not too many people.
Yeah,
No.
only 18% had the 6.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So I already have 2 winners tonight.
Yeah.
Well, because I took the 3rd race. So
2 guaranteed winners. There's at least 120 points for sure. Or
there you
more
go.
than that.
Woo! I'm not last. I'm not last. There you go. All right. There you go. CC. Take that guitar.
Dang, 10 to 1. That's win bet.
Man, I
We
loved
should have
that
just
5.
done
I should have
that.
bet that 5 a little
Right.
differently.
He was like 5 to 1 last I looked, so I was kind
Yeah.
of like, whatever. But at 10 to 1, that's
I know, it's crazy.
To number 6, can you hear me now? And fourth to number 4,
The small pools,
Silver Maker. They went the
prices
opening
do-
quarter
I needed that
24
6 to hold on though, because I bet the 5-6. So.
Yeah, Mitchell has a great point. Kitten either comes in first or last. There's not much of a when they want to run, they can run, and when they don't, they just nope. I want to go back to the barn.
It's when he gets the lead, it looks like.
Yeah.
And Rashad's 2 for 2 on this horse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it could be just a
This
really
kid's
good.
starting to figure it out now. Really. He's really riding good. He's becoming kind of like the Abley of last year, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
When
You
Abley
guys
figured it
picked
out
it
at
up.
the end and just started taking everything to the lead and said, catch me.
And with horses of like, this quality, a lot of
Yeah.
times that is just they aren't necessarily going to be able to make up ground or pass other horses as well. And like this is bottom level, so
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's like when Sophia started at Woodbine, she was getting the weight. She's like, come get me. You know?
yeah,
You
especially
know?
when you have the weight break, you might as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. Exactly. At those levels she was riding, she's like, yep, come get me. You know?
All right. Didn't hit our
No,
bet,
but
but
nice.
still feel
Okay.
pretty good about
Okay.
all 3 of us being on a 10 to 1 shot.
Yeah, nice. Yep.
So-
Yep. Yep. Both teams I just started with the 5. Yeah. Is all I did.
Same. So hopefully we'll all be tied up top. Tim's got
And
5
that
and
should
6,
be
so.
that should be a 65 pointer. That shouldn't be, I don't think, a
Yeah, that was a pretty
Right.
good pace
Yeah.
or winning margin.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was reading Frank's comment and speaking at the same time,
Yeah.
saying
Speed seems to be holding. Yeah. But Frank, remember, Frank, often this happens at Woodbine too in the winter. Okay. It's a little bit the right now they're running almost all the races in the light, but when it gets dark, the track turns different than the, you know what I'm saying, it can be totally different in race 7 than race 1, you know, so you want to see how the track's kind of going as the night goes along.
CC's kitten is a chestnut gelding, 5 years old, by California Chrome. Out of the
I'll
mare,
turn him
not a
off.
kitten, by Munnings. home by Black.
Cece's kitten.
All right. 10-1 to start out on a night that looked like it could end up getting a little chalky, so we'll take that.
Yeah, I know, huh? Definite speed held there.
Mm-hmm.
Nice exacta. Wow, $56. 57. Oh wow.
The 3 even ended up going off favorite, looks like. Yeah, 6-5. It's a boy ended up 2-1 late. That would have been all right. But yeah, I think we made the right move to try and beat the 3. Just didn't get it done, but that's all right. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily even say that like this was it's a speed favoring track. That's why the horse won. I mean, the horse got a clear lead, relaxed, and had something left, which is something that he's never really had before. Frank's talked about him quitting, but he quits in races where he didn't actually get the lead.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting here. If you look, the 6 actually lays off him a bit. You know what I'm saying? Just a tad, and gives him like halfway through this race a little bit of a free rein. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And when you give a horse free rein, they can get brave.
Yeah, he didn't have like a clear lead, but he wasn't putting out effort.
No,
like
and he wasn't
the horse
hounded.
was really relaxed.
No, exactly.
Even with the 6 there, and right here, like you were saying, he kind of backs off a little bit and gets that breather where he doesn't have a horse coming down on him, and it just goes on with it as a result. And I mean, like right here, the 6 is all in, and the 5 hadn't even been asked yet. So
yeah, the 49.5 slowed it down.
Yeah, I don't think we need to call a bias yet. I think this horse was actually just best.
Yeah,
and got the trip that he's been wanting. Yeah. I mean, when you have a horse come off like that, no one's catching him.
No, he just looked good from day one,
Yeah, right out of the gate, just jockey got him out there, and he just took
really that field apart.
All right, we turn the page.
Oh, yep, turn the page. Race 2. Yeah, and Frank, the 49.5. Very, very true.
Exactly. Slowed it down from the 24.
Yeah, that was key.
Oh, now we have a maiden special weight with a favorite that is the type of horse I have the hardest time liking. But it tracks like Assiniboia, it tends to work out more than other places, and that's a horse with seconditis. Daisy is a doozy, has hit the board in 7 of 8 lifetime starts without winning. It's coming in off 3 straight second place efforts, and I have trouble with these types of horses, but also she might just be better at this point than these horses. Sean, what did you think in here?
In race 2?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is an interesting race. I'm hoping that tonight. I mean, obviously, we're gonna see if there's any bias in here. Okay, God, I hope that this horse can find a way to not come in second. Daisy's a doozy, and one of the most consistent horses on the damn ground. She always comes in second.
Right.
She's an owner's dream.
But
can she get by a horse? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Is she one of those horses that just jock who just love to come in second all the time? And but when I looked at this race, if this isn't the group that I think she's found the right sandbox to graduate. So I thought this was an interesting race. Obviously the 1 is an interesting thing here. At 6 furlongs. Don't ever like that inside post, but the 2 is kind of a mystery to me in this race. The 5, Ali does seem to be riding better lately than he's been doing. He's got a couple of live mounts tonight. Maybe that can, but Lola Lee, Tree Hugger, Whitehall goes away, which I find that kind of interesting, but he does get Knights, who's been, as we just saw, riding very well. So I wouldn't call that and gets weight, which is huge. Maybe that puts Tree Hugger over but I was 7, 6, and 1.
Tim, how about you? What were you seeing in here?
Yeah, I definitely, this is a horse. The last time out, I said Daisy's a doozy, had second-itis and came in second again. And I just looked at the rest of this field, and when I first handicapped it, I said, okay, the 7, I'm going to beat the 7 because the horse has second-itis. I couldn't beat the 7. I really couldn't. I did the same exact thing, my friend. I kept looking for my angle, and I kept looking at other horses. And I mean, they're not horrible, but I just think that the 7 is that much better than everybody else in the field. And I'm going to pick the 7 on top. I think tonight's the night. After the 7, I went to the 1. I don't like the rail in here, but it's interesting to me. I don't know if Tarasenko, I didn't remember the rest of the card. I don't know if he's not here tonight, but it's interesting that they go away from Tarasenko. This horse has taken some money in 2 of the 4 starts that she has had. And I just think that this horse is fairly classy in here compared to the rest of these. And I just think that you have to give this horse a chance in here. And then Sean was talking about the 6. I almost put the 6 second in here. This is another one of those moves to where I actually like the move. Whitehall is not riding as well this year as he has in the past yet. He normally heats up late, so we'll wait for that to happen. But I really like this 6. Tree Hugger's a horse that I've been on this horse a couple of times, as have a lot of people. You see he's beaten favorite the last 2 times out. But I think Rashad Knight in the 5-pound weight allowance, maybe she finally gets going here. And I don't think she's a win candidate in here, but I do like her for a piece underneath. The 5 Lola Lee, I mean, what was interesting to me was, Dawkins has ridden the horse the first 2 times out. Ronald Ollie is obviously a good rider, but he's another one this year that really hasn't ridden as well as he's ridden, since I've been watching Assiniboia. And I've kind of faded him in most of his races, and it's kind of worked out for me. I did notice that the horse had a bullet workout since the last race. And when Sean knows that that's an angle here at Assiniboia, you got to watch because they run so often. They don't work between races. So it's always interesting to see a work, and to see a bullet work is really, really good. So I definitely think the horse can be a piece and will probably be your speed in here, but I think the 1 is going to press from the rail. And I think maybe tires the horse out, which seems to be the MO. And in addition, has to get a little bit of added distance in here, and distance seems to have been the problem so far. So I'm going to try to beat the 5. I thought that the 5 might actually end up going off as the favorite. You look, Kurt and Stretch both picked the 5 in here. And I didn't like her as much. So we will see what happens. But I ended up being 7, 1, and 6.
Yeah, I did end up with the 5 on top, just trying to beat the 7.
Yep.
For the reasons you outlined, her basically just the case that she's speed, and I don't know that these horses are good enough to catch a speed horse.
Sure.
But it does seem like the 1 could press. I'm hoping that a little bit of that hard spun Tis Wonderful is good enough for her to get that extra half a furlong for Lola Lee. This was a race I really didn't have a strong opinion in, though, because Daisy is a doozy. Like I said, I have a hard time having any faith in this horse, but she does look like she might have found her friends. Interestingly, it does look like the 5 and the 2 had that last bullet work in company with one another.
Yes.
Yeah. For Steve Gaskin. So that's a little interesting to kind of wonder, all right, what's the game plan here? You almost wonder if maybe the 5 is going to end up acting as a rabbit for the 2 even. But
it's interesting. Yeah.
It's an interesting thing. 2's adding Lasix, so I kind of thought that was a little bit interesting. I ended up 5, 7, 2, 1. Frank asked about the bloodlines on the 4. The 4 is by Nonios, and I cannot get my site to load.
He's known as up there as the worst first time starting sire up there. Almost like none of Nonius's horses win first time out.
Yeah,
it's
I can't
like
pull
1%,
that, but it's incredibly low. Nonios, they just do not win
No,
first out.
they need like 2-3 starts often before they
and first full out of this dam. So I got to see a race first.
And he was asking about Marion Johnston. She's the owner and the breeder, and she's run one horse. So my guess is, Frank, at a track like this, may not be able to afford like a trainer and like right now. So she's kind of doing everything herself right now, trying to get her horses to the maybe a new kind of starter, trying to get herself to the races, because she started one, but she's the owner and the breeder. So my guess is she's hands-on for everything.
Yeah, Barry, it cost me a whole lot too. I had a lot of picks writing on that, and Tyler, Sean knows I had some choice words for Tyler in our little chat.
Yeah, thank you, Barry, by the way. Thank you, sir. One stable duel in Parks today.
Yes.
Miracle.
Hey, speaking of stable duels, so listen to this. So the free game is updated. So it looks like we got a bunch of people tied for 110. So there's probably at least 140, 150 people in here. Right now, the top name I see that I know is tied for third. Sean, do you know Smurf of the Turf?
Smurf of the Turf. That would be my mom. Yes. Go, Mom.
And then I'm in seventh. Tupaloop is in 12th.
Go, Maddie.
Matt's in 12th. Hawkstone Stables is in 24th.
Tied with SPN Nation.
SPN Nation also in 24th.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a few of us here that are up there towards the top in the free game. So looking pretty good.
Yeah.
And in the $5 game, I'm in second, but damn it, Sean, it's like first place, Papa's picks.
Yeah, look at that. Huh? Look at that.
Your mom's up there in the free game, and your dad is winning the $5 game. Will you tell him to stop?
They have become Assiniboia fans. Exactly.
I love it.
Hello, Mike W.
The last time we were on, I think it was Assiniboia last year. Sean's mom and I were going like back and forth.
Head to head the whole night.
Right.
Step for step, the whole night. Yep. The whole night. They finished like 1-2 or 1-3. It was hysterical. There's an interesting new when I saw Mike W, there's an interesting new owner now at Woodbine. You know who has the horses up there now? Little Red Feather up there. As moved some horses up to Woodbine. I thought that was interesting.
That is interesting.
And good luck to Little Bluebird.
Yes. Yeah. We got our country ran a good race.
Really good race. Yeah.
We couldn't draw in with St. Joe Louis earlier this year, but earlier this week. Brain is not working tonight. I'm trying to multitask. But yeah, we got a pretty loaded stable for Saratoga, I think, this year. I think this is the year we get our Saratoga win. Every year we run second or third at Saratoga, but we haven't broken through with a win yet. And I think this might be the year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, good luck. I hope you get it.
Thanks. Yeah. Us too.
That'd be awesome. Yes. And
so it looks like right now 5 and 7 are sharing favoritism at 2-1.
Yeah.
All right.
C. Miller's trying to buy some property, so he wants to get some wins tonight. Love it.
All right. Let's do it for the people.
Right. What are we betting in here? Prices on the one looks pretty intriguing at 6-1.
Yeah, for sure.
Double the morning line.
Daisy's a doozy. On her toes.
7 feels like a horse you can reliably key.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, absolutely. she's gonna hit the board. There's basically no doubt.
And we don't know either, too. Sometimes, like, how many times you see in a track where, like, around 2 turns it's speed and then sprints, it can be the total opposite. You know,
Yes,
we've seen that before. Frank's got a try key box 7 with the 145. Good luck,
right.
Frank.
Yeah, I think key in the 7 and a try is an interesting option in here.
Whoever, by the way, is the poor guy who had the pick 6 for $50,000 at Saratoga and got disqualified in the last race. Yeah, God bless you, my friend.
Woof.
Bad beat.
Yeah.
That's like the bad beat of bad.
That's the worst way to get beat.
I'll tell you what, though, the stewards at Saratoga, that one disqualification, that was like less than Irad does every race he runs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to come back to bite them later. As far as just that's going to happen with Irad, and it won't result in a DQ later.
Right.
That was horrible.
Hey, Truthful.
Truthful thinks the 6 rebounds in here.
Yeah.
Fair, yeah.
Thanks, Z. Miller. So appreciate you being here.
We love it too. Actually, I look forward to Mondays and Thursdays myself, and I know everyone else here at Trust the Profits does.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we got a minute.
But just kidding. And by the way, just to give an update on our friend, Illuminaire came out of his race very well.
Okay.
And so far, 5 horses have won from his first race.
Yeah, that race is definitely a key race.
And and Tommy Morley's horse looks like one good horse too. So that could be fun.
Sean, Pratt was on a horse on Saturday, and I was talking to Ombre, and we had a little fun, and I was like, I love this horse, and he was coming out of that race and had finished dead last, and he ended up winning the race that day. So from that Illuminaire race has come up key for sure.
Yeah, who was that, Mr. Papagigorio, or who was that?
No, that he was next to last and had already come back to 1. This was I can't remember the horse's name.
Yeah, but I know who you're talking about.
He finished behind him and was dead last in the Illuminaire race and won next time out.
Even Josie Carroll's horse, who went right to her knees. Right, she was the 8-5 favorite in the race. She went right to her knees, to his knees. Just came back at Woodbine and won by about 7-8 lengths going away. So,
all right, what are we betting in here?
John, you want to take it, or you want me to? You want me to take this one?
Yep, go ahead.
Okay, so interesting because Dan just said something, and it's exactly where I wanted to go in here. I think 5-2 is a gift on the 7, and I'm going to play $5 to win in place.
Love it.
All right.
I love it. Yep.
We're gonna skip the exotics. We're gonna go 5 to win in place on the 7, and just try to play the horse on top. If I was trying to keep, I think 1, 2, 5, and 6 could all be right there behind this horse. And to me, it's too much of a spread. I just like the 7 that much. I think win in place money is going to pay off.
Yep.
Sounds good to me.
Hey, Ryan.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah,
hanging out with us today.
Yeah, thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. I'm just going to take this off for just 1 second here.
Oof, Mitchell, that's tough. Missed the pick 4 because the winner interfered with 5th place finisher. That's rough.
There's nothing worse than when you have you have the best horse and they win, but they do bump like the 6th place horse going along the way that was never going to win anyways, but they did bump them, You're like, wow.
I was right, but
you are the best horse, but you did bump the 6th place horse,
Yeah, being right and losing is worse than being
wrong
and losing.
Man. Exactly. There we go. Put it right back here. There you go.
All right. Is today the day for Daisy's a doozy?
Yes.
Let's hope so.
Let's
in
go.
In her favor is the fact that in these last races, she's been beaten by daylight. And to me, that's less of an indication of the seconditis than a horse who's consistently getting beaten by
She's
half a
actually
length.
lost to some good horses. Exactly. She hasn't, exactly. So I'm hoping that was just a case of she just found the right group in the sandbox, you know?
Yeah, she's only been favored once in her career.
Yeah.
That's something else that's kind of in her favor. It's not like a horse who's been completely burning money. She's been, you know, less than 2-1 in 2 of those last 3. But she's also finished second and was probably second choice in that race 2 back. And finished second at a little over 5-1 last time. So there's some hope here that she's not just a horse who can't pass horses, who doesn't want to win. And yeah, this group just seems like she's found her friends here.
Well, let's bring up our friend here so we can hear him say, Daisy a doozy.
And interesting that we were talking about 7 and 5 for favoritism, and your 2-1 favorite right now is the 1 horse.
Yeah. Jessica moving the needle there.
Right. I said that 6-1 looked pretty good.
But interestingly, your favorite exacta is 7-5.
Okay.
Doesn't even include the 1.
The pools are always interesting in these tracks where you have kind of smaller pools. Looking at the wagering like that is always a little curious.
That's something I noticed today watching, you know, like the Parks races. Like Paco must look up at the board every time and say, am I favored again? Is this really, you know, they just bet him on anything. Like the port, you know, the guy's like, good Lord, is this horse really 7-5? You know?
Yeah.
The first time starter not.
It's like Irad at Gulfstream.
Steps up.
Or like in the show pool, the 1 is 5th choice.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And the 7 is the favorite right now, but I'll still take 5-2. I still think it's a gift.
Yes. Six a little rambunctious here. 5 a little.
Lola Lee's going to get a little extra help from the gate crew.
Ryan's going to take 6 with the 5-7.
All right.
Barry C also doing a 7. All 4 pick 3. Ryan's boxing. Okay.
I can see that all for sure because I like a horse at a price in the next.
Yeah. Yeah. I like them all.
And I mean, only 5 of them in there right now. So
Yeah, right.
might as well.
Lola Lee now in, just 2 left to load. Tree Hugger.
Well, the inside horses have been in there for a while.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just waiting on Daisy's a doozy.
There it is.
Our current 5-2 favorite.
Come on, Daisy. Need you to be a doozy.
Yeah.
All right. I think we're all in.
She's now in. They're at the post.
She was just making the other horses wait longer.
Right. Oh, 6.
Whoa.
Break.
Breaking
Broke way
a
out.
little slow was Tree Hugger.
That Tree Hugger really missed the break.
Lola Lee shows a
Still
little
right
bit
there,
of
though.
early speed.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
So
Yep.
does press on
Look at that. The
on
6 is
inside,
5-2.
who now takes
Yeah.
the lead by a length.
3-1 on
Unbelievable.
the 7.
Gone to the devil, hugging the rail.
Yeah, I think we've seen 4 different
Lola Lee,
horses
3
as the favorite.
wide.
It is. You're right. 7, 5, 1, and now 6.
5.
Daisy's a doozy, 5 wide.
The 3 going to the
It's
front
not
here.
true, and Tree Hugger is the trailer. 24 and
geez,
2,
one's
the
got-
opener.
And there
Major
goes
traffic.
Daisy.
And on the inside, Mystery Dance.
Come on, Bino.
Come on, Doozy.
All right.
Come on, Doozy.
Don't expect any of these to catch.
Now pokes a
Yeah,
nose
don't be
in
lazy,
front.
Daisy.
In between Lola Lee, 48 won the half mile. They hit the head
Just
of the
keep
lane.
Run away
going.
from them,
Come on,
Daisy.
Daisy.
Run
Don't be
away.
Don't be lazy, Daisy. Come on, girl.
With the lead lead by 2.
The one's coming. Where's that line? Where's that
Come on,
line?
Daisy. Come on, Daisy.
Where's that line?
Come on, Daisy.
Where's that line, girl?
Donna that
Oh,
gets up and grabs
Bad
the
beat.
win. Daisy's a doozy. Second best.
Second
Well,
again.
But we got place.
Fourth.
Rick, it's all your fault.
Baby.
Yeah.
I thought Daisy was gone too.
Rick
Yeah.
put the jinx on the squash.
Curious to see what the show payoff ends up being. on that one
Unbelievable
horse.
that the 6 goes off as the favorite and then
Yeah.
blows the start and
Wild.
finishes
And
out
finished
of the
way
money.
back.
And it's crazy because in this race in stable duel, I had 7-6.
Did you? Oh no.
I used the 5, so I'm not feeling great.
I just used a 7. Daisy
The
it
stewards
is.
of Pulsar number 1,
I still
Donna
say
the
that
Devil.
with our place
As the
money,
race
we'll at least
winner.
break even. So.
Second
That's-
goes
that's
number 7,
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of the point of the place money is
Oh,
in
yeah.
case this happened.
Exactly.
Fourth to number 3, Press On Baby. They went the opening
Man.
24-2. The half 48-1. 5
And she
furlongs,
just got
1-1.
caught. Did go
Corey.
pretty quick for
Closer.
here.
14-4.
What's up, Corey?
Yeah, that was a bad beat. That's one of those. But I give him credit for making the move. You know what I'm saying? He's trying
Yeah.
to win the race. You know, I'll never fault the jockey for trying to win a race. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And that's
It's-
clearly what he tried to do on that 7. You know?
Yeah, exactly. That's what you had to do with a horse like that who just
Yep.
keeps getting beat,
And
keeps running
he
second.
made
You
the
want
move.
to
He made the move to try to win. I will never ever be, angry at a jockey who tries to make a move to win. you know?
exactly.
Unless
You
it's
had to
halfway
try
through the race and then you're
Can
wait a minute, we still got a mile to go.
it.
Can we talk about seconditis though?
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah,
But I don't think it's a case of seconditis as much as the horse just keeps getting beat.
yeah. I mean, she really wasn't. I take a look at the end again there, but she wasn't really waiting on horses or anything. She separated
No,
from
the
the
one
field.
just caught her.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. She went on with it willingly. She wasn't like looking around trying to
Exactly.
find her friends. She just got caught.
And
She's
I
just
did
gonna
not
be the
expect
first
one
maiden.
to run. Go ahead, Sean.
She's gonna be the first maiden to get to 100,000 without winning a race.
That is not true. There is a horse called Stock Fund
Yeah,
from
right.
about 10 years ago. Jeez, I'm old.
Yes, yes.
She
Yep.
was black type placed over 100,000 in earnings at one point in time. She was 0 for 22 with 11 seconds.
I know.
I have a friend whose only bet she ever made was keying Stock Fund in second in an exacta, and she hit it. And she was like, "I'm done. That's all I needed."
I know. How about Protective, the old Belmont to the maiden angle?
Right. And still couldn't get the job
Still
done.
couldn't you know exactly? But it's a miracle. That could be a real good horse. So I can't
Yeah,
I
That
can't
was a
totally
watch
blame
list
him.
horse of mine, so
Yes,
I
that
think
could
that's a
be
nice
good.
one.
You know, that Arrogate baby could be real good.
We'll take
Yeah.
as many good Arrogate babies as we can
Yes.
get. Panda Gate also won a stakes.
Yeah,
But
today the
today,
New
I
York
think?
Derby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So love seeing those Arrogate Colts winning races. So that'll hopefully have a few more chances. We got Archangelo. We'll have Seize the Gray. Hopefully, Panda Gate can do a little bit more, even if he ends up being a regional sire.
Yeah. No,
And then,
absolutely.
yeah. Get Arrogate as many chances as possible because
Yep.
we want to keep that ability in the breed.
I'm really surprised here. So let's talk about this for a second. So the 1 wins,
Yeah.
right? And the 7 is second. You had the 5, the 6 who's the favorite, and the 5 who was the third favorite out of the money, and we still lost money on place on the 7.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They must have killed the 1 down. That's my guess.
I just think there was probably a ton of place money on the 7. Probably had
Yeah.
most scores.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
you'd
we
think
only
we'd
lost
keep that.
$1.50.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I
Not
made
bad.
$1.50 because I thought it was weird that the 1 was 5th choice in the show pool. So I was like, I'll throw $2 on there and paid $3.50. So, working up my $8 budget for the day.
So,
Yeah, I should have skipped this race on Stable Duel, Barry. I thought about it and then said,
What?
Woolly should hang in there for a piece.
Which one? Race 2? Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Muggy and miserable at Saratoga this week. Ooh, that's not a good combo. Ryan says he's been following ASD for a while, and there have been some unusual payouts from time to time. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a product of the small pools.
Yeah. Also, too, Ryan, which is so true, right? Someone can bet like $100 to win on a horse, but if they didn't put anything on the place, it doesn't really affect the, you know what I'm saying? So the odds can change on the top, but if no one's betting the horse in the end, it doesn't really matter,
Honestly, how much the best was the one? Got knocked into the rail.
Yeah, and
going
still
into the
won.
turn.
Yeah. Yeah, when you watch her, she really wasn't like, quote, slowing down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know?
I want to take another look here. She's drifting
She's
a little bit.
She's getting a little tired there, a little wobbly on the legs.
And you do see her angle her head toward the other horse.
Yep.
So that's a little indication she's watching that other horse, and she has the blinker, so which is why she needs to move her head in order to try and see.
Yeah. Pick 5 time, as Marv says.
All right. What's the base wager on the pick 5? 20 cents? Yeah,
but it's a jackpot. I just can't do it.
Oh, it is a jackpot.
No.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, and we talked about this a little last week. With these small fields and the odds the way that they are, the chances of a jackpot payout at Assiniboia,
none. None. Yeah,
they're astronomical.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. So this is the big scratch here of the one Willis Chill.
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
Changes the complexion of this race entirely.
Mm-hmm.
And the horse I liked is now 9-5.
Yeah, let me see where everyone's looking here.
Which I would not bet on.
Yeah, I liked Frisco Kid in here, even with Willis Chill in the race.
Yeah.
The 6 was my top pick.
Yeah.
Looked kind of like Lone Speed in here, which I think it was Ryan mentioned a little bit earlier. Yeah, I think the 6 in the next gets Lone F. And I agree that the 6 looks like Lone Speed in here, and so that's the direction I'm going to go. Came out, chased Willis Chill at this level last time. So that was my top pick in here. And then I thought the Calabrese Kid, who is the current favorite, was the other horse in here. A little bit of a late rally last time, but this is going to be Patterson's second time up. So I don't think he'll mess up the timing as much. Yeah. And I think as long as there's somebody to go with the 6, which I kind of thought it would be the 1, but without the 1 in here, the 3 has shown a little bit of early foot in the past. Not that last time, but broke a little slow. So if you like the 5, I think you kind of hope that the 3 goes out and pushes the 6 a little bit. But those were really my only 2 in here, the 5 and the 6. I could make a case for the 2, who looks like he might appreciate the stretch out, being a son of Connect out of a mare by Take Charge Indy. There's one try at 7 furlongs. He did finish second.
Yeah, I like that horse even with the 12,000 horse. I mean, just as a stable dual horse. You know, what I'm saying? I thought he could maybe get involved in this thing. You know?
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Yeah.
Without the 1 in here, we'll start with Tim. What were your thoughts on this race?
Well, and Sean was talking about even with the 1, I was really looking at the 6 in here a lot, and it's already been mentioned about the Lone Speed and everything. And I think that this is clearly going to be your speed, but we know that in these mile races at Assiniboia, it's often the closers, and You know, I think the 2 is the best closer in the field, and we haven't even talked about the class drop here. I mean, this horse has been running allowance class against much better horses. I mean, look at the horses that this one's been running against. These are better horses at Assiniboia, and I just think that this 2, if you look at the speed figures, improved. That was a big bump at 6 furlongs, and now gets 2 turns. That was a great close in that last race, and I just think. Yeah. Marvin Buffalo in these kinds of races, he does typically well. He's dropping this horse in here. I absolutely love the 2 in here. 15 to 1 morning line down to 6 to 1. Obviously, that's influenced a bit by the 1 not being in here. But even with the 1, I'm telling you, I think this 2 has a chance to close up. I still had the 6 on top, but I think the 2 could potentially, with the right move forward, could even win. And Buffalo, he did stuff like that last year with horses just like this when he dropped them in.
Yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't argue with you there.
And I did have the 5 in third. So kind of the same horses that Jess talked about. I just like that 2 a little bit more, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sean?
Yeah, I was the same way. I like the 6. I thought the 6 was the play in here on the play. Interesting. Does he take him back? This is what I thought. Which would even like with the because if you look, he came in third last time on the lead, but he has before at least closed. You know what I'm saying? So he has had that ability, to do so. But but I was 6-2-5. I love the 2 as well. I thought that was and $500. I thought that was totally wrong. Even with the 1 in, I thought the 2 could get in the top in the trifecta.
Absolutely,
for sure. So yeah, seems like we're pretty much in agreement here with the 3 horses.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, what are the exactas paying right now, Tim?
So right now, let me take a look here. I got it right in front of me. So the probables for the exacta pool, the lowest one is a 5-6, paying $11.90. 6-5 is $12.60. But interestingly, even if you took the 6 on top with the 2, that's $23.40. If you got a 2-6, it's $23.40. It's crazy to me that you have that horse and look at the odds. All of a sudden, this 2, you got your 5 and a 6 that have been ding donging for favoritism, and all of a sudden the 2 is the 3rd pick in here.
Yeah, is that for $1 or is that for $2?
That's for 2.
2. Okay. Yep. Okay. Yep. I'm just trying to see. The problem is when you try to like box 3 horse in a small field. You know what I'm saying? You're running into a
Mm-hmm.
a little bit of a buzzsaw there.
I wouldn't box as much as key. It's just like
that's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, TM pointing out the distance for the 5, those 3 races at a Golden Gate at a mile.
Yes.
With 270 plus buyers in there, and does actually lifetime have a higher career high on dirt than synthetic. Seems to be pretty, like he's transferred his form pretty well to the traditional dirt. So and that's another horse who's shown a little bit of pace at certain points in his career.
The only thing about the 5 that I couldn't get past is I went back and watched that last race with the first race here at Assiniboia at a mile. Yeah. And I was like, let me find the excuse, and I couldn't find it. So it's like the horse just didn't show up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe gets back to form in the previous, but since the horse has gotten to Assiniboia, I don't think he's really shown too much.
No, I agree. I was kind of the same way on this horse.
Yeah, I feel like that race 2 back was real solid.
No, it definitely was. Yeah. And came flying. And this horse did show pace, It did come back. And that was against this group, like Willow's Chill and Frisco Kids. So I guess if you do like the 6, I mean, I'm just saying he's right there behind him.
Yeah, he's less than 2 lengths behind him last time.
I mean, so it is interesting. At least he's won twice the distance,
Mm-hmm. Not quite as consistent at the distance as a horse like Frisco Kid.
No, that's what I'm saying. But at least he had one at it,
Exactly, yeah.
Right. On the synthetic.
Yes, that was out on the synthetic, which is worth noting.
Yeah. I mean, I'd almost do like, see what you guys think, like a $2, like exact the key 2 with the 5-6. You know what I'm saying? Like, or like,
It's your
Yeah.
race, you call
Yeah.
it, but I like
yeah,
it.
for like
You're
$8, that's
Yeah, you're
$8,
getting-
right?
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Let's do it. Works for me. Yeah, I think that's kind of how you make money, is getting the 2 in there.
Yeah. Yep.
And he's my third pick, but I
Right.
totally get the angle on him. And I do think that the distance is going to help this horse.
Yes, absolutely.
And we've been talking for a couple of weeks that everything that we've seen drop in class, most of them are dropping in class, and it's like they haven't shown anything at the previous level. The horse is coming in off an allowance win.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I mean, it was 6 furlongs, but he's still coming in off an allowance win.
Exactly. He's the one horse in here coming in with the never won 3 condition rather than the never won a race other than, because he has that allowance win that would qualify as other than maiden claiming starter restricted.
Right.
So in this case, it's kind of, you can read that as a positive. Sure, he has fewer career wins than some of these other horses. Like the 5 has 8 career wins, but he has a win at a higher class than anything these other horses have ever won at.
Right.
Exactly.
Thank you to everybody joining us tonight.
Yeah, thank you all for
I just thought he was going to be a huge overlay in here. I'm surprised at the 3-1, especially when you look up at Curtin Stretch's picks there on the screen. I mean, they don't have him anywhere.
Right.
2, yeah, I know.
Yeah, the big thing is that he needs to improve his speed figures. But again, if you think that the mile is going to help him like we do, then you project that he might have that. And he is also just a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
This is a horse that could absolutely have more improvement in him. A Curlin sire line, that's, you kind of think, a little bit later maturing.
TM is asking about this 3 horse at 3-1.
The 3 has races to go back to. Big thing for me is the horse just hasn't shown anything yet this year.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you look at those 2 races last year at this level, there's no reason to think,
Yeah.
I could see it. I get why Curtin and Stretch both have him included.
Here's the thing about this horse as a 6-year-old. I looked at this horse as well because I was like, it's not horrible, but as an underneath play, maybe. But this horse has not won at Assiniboia since 2020.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a long time to go without a win.
Yeah, I agree. Barry's going 3-6-2. Good luck, Barry. Is it this weekend is the Haskell?
Is that this weekend?
I think so.
Gosh,
Is that right, Tim?
Yes.
Am I wrong?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
It's this weekend. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, gee. Who's our? Do we have entries yet?
Yeah, we have overnights. Yeah.
Yeah, we just have the overnights.
Oh, I haven't been paying attention. Let's go find those real quick. Oh, I think you shared them in our.
Yes.
I shared them in the chat. Yep.
Take a look at that.
From a stable dual point, I hope the 4 wins because only 18% have them.
Interesting. So right now in the free game, I moved up to 4th, even with 1-0 because I had that 7. So not a lot of people had that one. And then Smurf of the Turf is 15th. SPN Nation 15th.
I dropped a bit there.
38. Where's everybody else at? I'm looking.
I'm down in 38th.
I'm looking for some of our other folks here in the chat.
Tim's leading the $5 game over Sean now.
Yep. Right now, only because I have this race.
and Sean, you're tied with Papa's picks for second.
I love it. I'll be first after this race, but the question is, will I be around at the end?
I only took one horse in here.
Yeah.
Guess which one? The 2.
4.
I took the 2.
Oh,
And that was even when the 1 was in the race. I was like,
wow.
let me
Okay,
take a
yeah.
little bit
No,
of a
I
long
did too.
shot.
Yeah, I did too as well. Yeah.
I have the 6 in here.
Yeah.
Well, there's the overnight.
I still think the 6 wins, honestly. Unless
Yeah,
the
the
2
6
just
makes
goes crazy on the
absolute
step
all
up.
the sense, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't think. Where?
7 minutes to go.
I don't think you sent the right overnights.
Oh, did I
Oh, is
send
that
the wrong
right?
ones?
Yep, you sent the ones for the Pegasus.
Oh, whoops. Wrong. Sorry. My
It's like-
bad.
It's like, wait, this race already ran.
Or is this the Pegasus? Oh, okay. Whoops. Sorry.
That's all right.
Wrong ones. I thought I had them.
So right now, here's what I see. It looks like we've got Fierceness, Doorknock, Mindframe, Timberlake, Tuscan Sky, and Sea Streak.
Wow,
That's
that's a fun little race.
That's a field.
That's a nice little field we got.
So Pletcher, and Pletcher versus Gargan, Cox, and Owens.
Right.
And no
Wow.
Baffords.
I mean, who would Baffert even send that doesn't doesn't even have anybody that's not hurt?
It's
Yeah.
crazy. It's crazy what has happened to his stable this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When starting at the beginning of the year, I thought he had an incredible stable of 3-year-olds, and it's just fell apart.
I wonder if we'll even see Muth at all anymore. You know?
I wonder if we're going to see any of his horses.
Yeah,
Muth, Nisos.
Yeah.
I feel like he had another one that people were talking about that had some buzz at some point, but I can't remember. But yeah, everyone, oh no, Nisos isn't going to be in the Kentucky Derby. What are we? Nisos wouldn't have made it to the Kentucky Derby in any barn, apparently, if
No.
he got hurt.
Barry C is hoping that City of Troy comes to the spot. Barry, I think the only
Awesome.
place you see him is at Del Mar. I don't think they'll bring him over.
Yeah, it would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I think it's really interesting though that Pletcher and Rapoli are putting Fierceness and Mindframe against each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's an interesting choice. Parenting, that was the other horse.
Yeah, that would actually be interesting to see, right, at a 1.25 miles, right?
Mhm.
Because if you watch City of Troy's last race, he was all over the track. He won, but he was all over the track, right? Imagine City of Troy coming one way and Sierra Leone coming down the other way, and the two of them just collide right in the middle.
Yeah, it looks like there was talk that Baffert was going to send Parenting
Yeah,
to the Haskell, but I guess that didn't
that
happen.
didn't work. I know, Barry. It's because they get the Breeders' Cup. That's why.
Right.
I agree. I agree, though, Barry. I agree.
Where did he run, Victor? I didn't even see that he was in. I didn't play a lot this weekend though. I had some things going
Hey,
on.
Victor.
Where was Lucky Jeremy running? Does anybody know?
I can look it up real quick.
Yeah, Lucky Jeremy. Okay.
Who's Lucky Jeremy? I don't know the story on this horse.
We talked about him a few different times throughout the 3-year-old campaign.
Oh, Horseshoe.
Horseshoe.
He won a Horseshoe.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, I don't remember this horse. Third in the Sunland Park Derby, ran the Jeff Ruby in the Lexington.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a horse if you that Jessica should definitely follow here, right?
Who's that?
In the Maryland circuit, Play Like a Raven. Sheldon
name.
Russell and Brittany Russell. That horse went from last to first, like very impressively through people this weekend. He's 2 for 2.
Interesting.
Yeah, and that horse could be a real nice horse.
Catalina Cruiser.
Yeah,
Catalina Cruiser's still looking for his first stakes winner.
yeah, but that's a
But
nice.
this could
horse.
be it.
Yeah, that could be a real nice horse. That horse impressed.
Oh, I like the idea of the cross with distorted humor on the bottom.
Yeah,
That just feels good. I don't know. I have nothing to back that up, but it just feels right.
we have 3 minutes to go. We got the 60-second recap.
Yeah, Catalina Cruiser still has not gotten a stakes winner.
Wow.
It has 3 stakes placed runners, Catalytic, obviously, and 2 others. But that's a horse unless someone really picks it up.
Hey, Sean, Victor's asking you to repeat that again.
Yeah, sorry, Victor. It's Play Like a Raven, which is basically like for the Baltimore Ravens for the Rizaki, but Play Like a Raven. It's Brittany Russell and Sheldon Russell. And the horse is 2 for 2 and has looked very impressive winning both races.
Added. Still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10. Still got 11 unnamed 2-year-olds hanging around in my stable.
I like their horse, and Tim. I'm not trying to say this to be funny. What is the horse? Because I love Brittany and Sheldon. What was the horse that ran against White Abario? He came in second, really grudgingly. What's his name from California? Beat him, but Sheldon got up for second, which is a huge point now. It was what's their horse? What's his name? Won at Sarah Belmont Day, and then Sheldon and Brittany got up for second, and then it was the White Abario race. It was the. I don't think so, Frank. No. Tacoma's cooled off a little bit.
Post time?
Yes, post time. Yes.
Alrighty.
Yeah, post time. Yeah.
That horse.
That's an improving horse.
Yes.
So 0 minutes to race 3. Let us know who you like.
If you look at that horse's running lines, I mean, it's pretty incredible the way. So the horse started out with 4 straight wins, then got a third. Then he got 4 straight wins, and now he's had 3 straight seconds.
Yeah, yeah. I love Sheldon. He's from England, right? And I said, what do you think, buddy? Today, he said, if his bloody jockey doesn't F him up like he did last time and not give him a chance, he's got a real shot today. And that was him that he was talking about.
No, that's definitely a good looking horse. I'm gonna have to add that one to my stable.
Yeah, yeah. He's getting better and better and better. And he's improving with that each and every start.
All right, guys, we're 0 minutes. They're headed to the gate. Once again, we have a $2 exacta key box, the key and the 2 with the 5 and the 6 in here. Good luck to everybody. Post your bets in the chat. Let's see if we can make some money.
Yeah, best of luck, everybody.
The jackpot pick 5 is up to 353,000. We'll let that keep growing, and then on the day that it goes to a mandatory payout, we'll be here in the chat getting the winning ticket together.
Yep.
Yeah. David Barista, did you guys hit any bombs tonight? Kentucky Derby over the home run derby. Love it.
Started out the night with a 10-1 shot.
We did, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, for Assiniboia is kind of a bomb.
Yeah, it is. No, absolutely. We can take this off just 1 second here. But that's a bomb for Assiniboia.
Double digits for Assiniboia. I mean, how many horses were in that race? 6, 7.
I mean, you look at this race, and there's only one horse that's above 5-1, and he's double digits. And,
Mm-hmm.
No, I agree.
It's tough.
This is a anybody,
Mm-hmm.
could win it, and you wouldn't be completely shocked,
Yeah. Yeah. Even the 4, I mean,
Yeah.
be surprised. The 4
Oh
seems
yeah,
like
but
a dark
but not
horse,
yeah, exactly. Like this horse has no business being in here,
Right.
yeah.
They all kind
He's
of
dropping
do.
down, trying to find his level.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly why I avoided the race in stable duel and went with a bit of a shot with the 2 horse. And, I thought that
Yep,
would be
sure.
decent,
Mhm.
but yeah. And, the alternative to that is doing what Sean did. Just take them all.
Mhm.
Yeah. Because I really couldn't,
It's
Exactly.
tough.
Couldn't separate them.
I originally had the 2 when the 1 was in. You know what I'm saying? I had the 6 and the 2 when the original,
Mm-hmm.
1 was in. But
Ryan, no, we only do Assiniboia on Monday nights. We're on live 2 times a week. We do Assiniboia on Monday nights, and then on the Thursday night cocktail lounge, we are at Woodbine.
yep.
I do think Matthew is starting to do
Matthew,
Tuesday nights
Matthew
on the
DeSantis,
Naira Bets
Yep.
YouTube.
Yeah, 8 to 10 tomorrow night. Yeah.
Oh, good.
So if you're looking for a Tuesday night, Assiniboia,
Yeah.
We'll have
check
to
out Matt
drop
DeSantis.
drop in the chat and throw some stuff at Matt.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Let's get this
And by the way, we love make sure that you go down and like and subscribe to the Trust the Profits channel. But listen, if you haven't subscribed to the Naira Bets channel, and it sounds like we're pitching another one, but we love our friend Matt, and he's doing great things at Naira Bets and putting out great content. I'm really surprised that they haven't gotten more subscribers so far. So go check out what he's putting out on the Naira Bets YouTube channel.
Yeah, there's a lot of great information and content that he's making over there, and
Yes. Yep.
everything he does is so fun to watch.
Yes.
Oh, it is. Yep.
His presentations are great. So
Yeah, he's good at it.
all right.
I had to give him a little crap because our buddy Chris Griffin, who I love, his bet of the day was Illuminaire, right? And Matt picked against him. So I sent him a thing saying tisk tisk tisk. So, and a couple of people are asking me, like, where does he go next? There's a lot of options, obviously, but if like something like the Parks Derby or some people are asking me for that, and obviously I'm going to that, so I'd love to see him there. But 68 days, you got to get a 2-turn race in them, and that's a lot for a young horse. You know what I'm saying? That so they're kind of taking their time with him.
That's good, I think. And I mean, that's what they're known for, those connections.
Oh, yeah. I don't think the only problem for them is I don't think allowance really fill with them, that too much. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, if anybody knows he's going into an allowance.
Yeah, exactly. It's not going to look too good,
Yeah, they're not gonna want to run against him.
Oh, there we go. And they were throwing down too, 21-45, Junior's horse was there step for step, and Junior's horse quit, and he kept going. So
They're at the post. And they're off. From the inside, Vegas Playboy. Away well in between horses, Courageous.
Don't expect him to be on the lead. He's just getting out, getting position.
And
Yeah.
he's going to be the leader, passing.
Four is
the
going for the lead.
Branstad.
That's
In
much
between
better.
Horses, the Calabrese kid, the Frisco kid, 3 wide today. 2 more back to Happy Camper. And now Vegas Playboy, the early trailer. 24-3, the opening quarter. And Courageous is still the leader by 3/4 of a length. Calabrese kid in between horses. Frisco kid 3 wide, now looking Courageous in the eye. Happy Camper moving outside with a lot of horse. And
Vegas
the
Playboy
trailer
looks
now,
good.
Vegas Playboy,
Yeah.
only 3 lengths front to back.
Setting up well.
49-1.
That 3 is
Courageous,
flying.
And now 3 wide. Happy Camper and Vegas Playboy. They're moving as a tandem for from last and second last. 4 across the track. Courageous on the inside. Frisco Kid in between. Happy Camper.
6 isn't giving up.
Vegas
Look at this. The 6 isn't
Neither is
giving
the
up.
4, for that matter.
Yeah, neither is the 4. Yeah.
And Courageous.
I mean, 4 across the track here.
Look at this.
Kid and Happy Camper and Vegas.
The jockey kind of gave up on the 4 there a little bit.
A mile to go, and Frisco Kid runs a huge one and gets the win. Very close for second and third between Happy
Did we get it?
And the Calabrese
Oh, no,
I
no,
don't think so. I think
yeah.
it was 6-3.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not sure that it was very close.
No.
I think the 2 held for third,
Okay.
but take another look there because that was, and the 5 was rolling late. The 5 honestly could have gotten up second or third.
Yeah. I think
for
he
third.
just missed. I think he just was short. Yeah, he was short with the line.
Yeah,
you know?
he might not have even gotten third. The 5.
No, I think
nailed
he
him
got
for
fourth.
third.
I think he got fourth, the 5. Maybe. I mean, he was flying, but you know,
Yeah,
it looked like the line had come up to
Looks like
save
6-3-2-5.
that's what that was my first
Yeah.
thought.
The stewards upholstered number 6, Frisco Kid.
Take that. That'll work for me for
As
stable
your
duel.
race winner, a photograph has been called.
Yeah, that camera angle here, Ryan, is
Yeah.
tough, and it comes so quick. They don't slow it down for you either.
But you know, but here's the other thing. Even though the Calabrese Kid, the 5 went off as a 4-5 favorite, we all love the 6 to win, and at 2-1, I don't know why we didn't just like hammer the win.
Right.
I know. Yeah.
I think we were betting. We bet a little early before we really saw where the numbers were gonna play out, because you have to wait till the last minute a lot of times just to have any idea, and even then things can change.
No, but that horse was much the best in there.
Yeah. Game effort. I thought the 4 was going to hang on for a piece, but then late the jockey kind of just
I just wanted
stopped
that
riding
2 to
on the
hang
4.
on. I really wanted that 6-2 because I had that. Ooh,
6-3-5-2. Okay.
5 did get up.
Results of the photo show number 3. Happy Camper finishing second.
Was that Barry who liked the 3?
5, the Calabrese Kid.
Yeah, Barry.
It was.
Was it someone like
Yeah, Barry went 3-6-2. So hopefully you had the exacta there, Barry.
Good job, Barry. Yeah, I'll tell you right now, this kid is learning this track. I thought the 6 was falling back, but he just gave him a little breather around the turn and then just came right back.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
This kid is supposed to have amazing ability. He's from Barbados.
Mm-hmm.
He's a young kid, and everybody at Woodbine is talking about him, saying just give him a chance to learn the track, and he'll be really good. And he's starting to seem to learn to. That's 2 wins, right, out of 3 races for him. Is that right? No.
No, that was Knights.
No, that's right.
Yeah, this is Dawkins.
Dawkins, yeah, but this kid's gonna be good too. Oh, he had the 3 on top. Oh.
Out of the Mare Frisco Fog.
Bright side vodka lemonade number.
He's on vodka lemonade number 4.
Fair enough.
There you go.
Dulls the pain a little bit.
Barry's not feeling a thing. Loving it.
142-1.
142
goes out to jockey Dane Dawkins, who scores the double.
That is the double for Dawkins.
Man, too bad
Right.
that 5 didn't get up for us. I mean, the 2 wasn't there. There's a 2 wasn't there.
Right.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have mattered, but
That's right.
the 3 second.
Wow, 650.
3 is official in the upcoming 4th race.
Yeah, you were right, Sean. I forgot that Dawkins was on the winner in race 2.
Yeah. He was on race 2, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 2 out of 3. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You gotta watch this kid. Yeah.
I was thinking about how we were talking about saying the same thing about Knights after the first.
Yeah. Right. No.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
2 newer additions to the.
Exactly. And they're learning the track too. You can tell they're learning what it's about. You know.
Yeah, as the meet goes on, be hearing more from them both.
Also correct the weight to 119 pounds. No changes.
All right.
Number 7.
All right. On to race 4, we're gonna get a winner here.
Pick 4 wagering starts right here.
Pick 4 begins.
Ryan, have a great night, my friend. Join us anytime.
Yep, have a good night.
Mondays and Thursdays.
Yep.
Thursdays we start at 6.
Yep. Veronica Ruiz, the
Damn.
night.
I'm not the fan of the night again.
Come on, Assiniboia.
Congratulations goes out to Veronica Ruiz.
I want to mute
That's
the
Veronica
Oh, yeah,
Ruiz.
yeah.
Congratulations.
Congratulations and goodbye. There you go.
All right. Got a pretty good looking favorite here, I think. Liking it twisted, although the favorites have been beaten quite a few of them tonight already.
Yeah. No, exactly. Yep.
Sean, how did you see this race?
Yeah, that's the horse I just like the 4, liking it twisted here. I thought this was a very strong horse. I'm going to bring up my notes here quickly here. And Nyquist Victor's doing very good as a whole.
Oh,
Is he right? Or is he? No, Jessica. Is Nyquist doing well?
Oh yes, definitely.
Yeah.
And yeah, Knightsbridge, he's a half to Speaker's Corner.
Yeah.
It's been a minute since we've seen him, 2 for 2. But when he comes back, he's a horse to definitely watch out for.
Yeah, this is Bino. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I like this race last time. Claim from Marvin Buffalo. Dickey's beginning to heat up now. Dickey's always the slow starter. Now all of a sudden his horses are all now running, which is, I think, a very important thing. I know he's not the best off the claims, but I love the fact that Eldon's horses are now beginning to win on a regular basis. I love the race last time. That was a very good race, and he could be definitely dangerous in this race. I was 4, 1, and 6. Kim's Texas Bling. Antonio.
Fair, yeah. I also was 4-1 in here. So I thought that the 1 made a lot of sense. Just the 2 horses, the 4 and the 1 are the 2 horses coming in off wins at about the level. The 3 is coming in off a win, but for a little bit cheaper. Tim, how about you?
Yeah, it's not going to be a very sexy race in here because I thought that, this is one of those races to where, like, the last couple of weeks, I'm like, okay, these 2 horses are like an exacta locks. And
Yeah.
to me, that was 4-1. And yeah. I see it straight in that order. And then I actually took the 3 in Stable Duel here at a price because I think the 3 definitely could finish underneath and definitely will get points in Stable Duel, I think, here, but could potentially even finish as high as 3rd in here. I think the horse has the possibility to do that especially with the claim for the barn they'll run. We all know whose barn that really is. So I think that was probably a good claim. They do pretty well with bringing their horses into their barn here. So Henry Witt, he's been claiming a lot of horses. I think last week he claimed a horse in almost every race.
He did, yeah.
But I think the 4-1 is pretty solid in here.
Yeah, it looked like those 2. I did give the 7 a little bit of a shot. Used the horse in Stable Duel, actually 15-1 an overlay right now from the morning line. I'm hoping that the horse just doesn't like the slop and that was the excuse last time. If you go back to the 3 other races this year at a little bit tougher than this spot, those races put the horse competitive in here. Probably not a win contender, but a horse who could definitely fill out,
No
your
doubt.
exact
Yeah,
try,
yeah,
super.
Yeah, the one thing about that one, Jess, when I looked at it, I saw all the same things and I was like, yeah, I see all of this. And then I'm like, oh, we just claimed off of Wendy Anderson. And if you look at Dale, how is it? Zawiziak?
Yeah.
Zawiziak. I mean, so Dale Zawiziak is 0 for 5, had 5 starters, nothing in the money so far. So claiming off of Wendy Anderson's barn here at Assiniboia, they probably were getting rid of this horse. You can see they were definitely dropping the horse down there. And so that was the one thing that that I was a little worried about with the 7 here.
Yeah, absolutely. Totally fair.
Hey, Arkansas Scratchers, thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you.
I'm gonna comment on Victor's post here. Believe me, we know Knightsbridge.
Yeah.
This was a horse early on when we were doing our top 10 list of Derby candidates. I had Knightsbridge in my top 5. Knightsbridge, and this is a horse I was really high on. I was unfortunately, they took the horse off the trail, so had some things going on and didn't end up getting on the trail. But when that horse comes back, absolutely watch out.
Yeah,
those first 2 races that horse had were lights out.
They were insane, and I mean, half to a Grade 1 winner. So there's quality there as well.
Yep.
And another a Nyquist horse you all might want to watch out for is a horse called Digital Ops.
Yes, yeah.
That was a horse who I actually highlighted on my blog last March for the OBS March sale, who I really liked out of that sale.
Yeah.
Finished 6th on debut, then was off for 8 months, came back on the 30th of June and won a maiden special weight for Chad Brown. So I think that's a horse with a little bit of ability that you could keep an eye out. Watch out for, add to your stable, see how he does moving forward.
Yeah, Rodney said, don't sleep on this number 5 horse. He has 5 wins, 2 seconds at the distance with 8 wins and 12 seconds at Assiniboia. So definitely a horse for the course.
Hey, and Jess, nice write up on Moplex today. You want to talk to everybody about your product you're putting out?
Yeah, I have a blog where I talk about pedigree. It's Hawkstone Bloodstock, and basically every Monday I send out different posts regarding pedigree. A lot of times, every other week is free, and then every other week, large portion of the post is paywalled. A lot of the paywalled posts are things like auction analysis. I'll put picks out from auctions. I always have at least one horse that I have a write up on for free out of the auctions, or I'll do a deep dive on things that a little more on things that would be interesting to breeders on those deep dives. But then every other week, my free posts are usually just pedigree profiles of horses that are currently running. And, sometimes I'll throw in some other things. I did a free post about like the freshman sires this year and stuff, kind of projections of who I like, what I think, and, talking about these 2-year-olds. I've done a couple of these 2-year-old stakes winners, talked about Moplex and how, he's a complexity. So there's a chance that there could be some distance limitations for a horse like that. He's also a January foal. So there's a chance that he might just be better earlier than a lot of the competition, but still some things to look at in his pedigree that make him, a nice horse and kind of start giving you an indication of what complexity is going to work with as a sire. Also, okay, so he has Uncle Mo, the McLean's Music, Indian Charlie cross, Indian Charlie being the sire of Uncle Mo, now has 3 stakes winners in, I don't remember the exact number, but it was under 15 starters. So, that's a cross that works really well. So yeah, that's what I do. For a living, I do pedigree analysis. So, and
does a fabulous job, folks. So definitely
one
of the best in our game.
But yeah, the auction blogs are kind of interesting for horses to add to your watch list before they debut. They've had a couple of horses who end up winning at pretty good prices, first time out or sometimes second time out if they need a race. But, Digital Ops, for instance, was 14-1 when he broke his maiden last month. So there's something there for gamblers as well.
Absolutely. Guaranteed pick 4 pool, 50 grand.
Have we heard anything about Encino lately?
He was taking a break. I know that well deserved. After he hasn't even shown up on the workout tab. So So I have to think that he's taking a break. I haven't even seen. Keith was asking me today. Since the Derby, I haven't even seen. Chasing Freedom's probably taking a long deserved break. You know what I'm saying? After that race, he just looked flat. He had nothing.
Yeah, he had absolutely nothing last out.
For the most part, the Cox barn's been kind of flat lately. They really haven't been winning much, So I wonder if the barn's kind of taking a step back and kind of, let's regroup here, go back to our 4, 5, 6 week plan that we do, let's get it rolling again. That's what I think.
Good luck this weekend or this Friday with Saratoga Warrior.
Yeah, good luck.
Victor.
Yeah, absolutely. Victor, I don't think I've ever met my racehorse horse that wasn't overbet.
Yeah. And that's absolutely the case, Barry. A lot more misses than hits when it comes to auction purchases. And that's where I always get scared. I always get scared when I find a horse because I put these posts out, a week or two before the sale. And I always get worried when they sell for a lot of money.
Yeah.
That worries me so much more than horses who don't sell for a lot of money. Because if a horse sells for $10,000, like one of the horses I highlighted last year, that horse wins a race and he's paid for his purchase price at most tracks. But horse who sells for $750,000, well, then the chances of you being right that the horse is worth $750,000 are a lot lower than the chances of you thinking being right that the horse is worth 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about Evie Jets not pressing White Beam?
Yeah, I mean, to me, that totally changed the complexion of that race, and that's why I missed the race, because you have to project what you think the pace is going to be and how it's going to play out based on that, because I mean that's what horse racing is all about to me. But and I just did not expect for White Beam to just be able to get out and go that easy that early, and you tell me that's going to happen, and yeah, I'm all over the horse, but it's just like I didn't expect that at all.
Yeah, I mean, I liked the horse a little bit, but
which everyone knows I'm biased, but man, did my girl Moira run a huge race considering those fractions.
I had actually tossed her out of the race, but she ran huge.
I did too.
Yeah, I really
coming
believe
back off the layoff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they really believe their connections. I love Dave Anderson. He's one of my favorite people from Anderson. He bred Wonder Godot and a lot of the and the one-eyed horse that won at Santa Anita. I'm trying to something love. I forget what it was, but he owns her now, and they absolutely love her. You know what I'm saying? And they really believe that she's going to be one major force this summer.
After that, yeah, absolutely. Very excited to see what she does with the rest of the year.
And they finally learned, which is great too. Kevin Attard, who I love, right? A lot of people in America may not know him, but he's fabulous up there. They finally figured out what she likes, what she doesn't like. She doesn't want anything less than 1 1/8. Don't run her less than 1 1/8. She doesn't like soft turf. You know what I'm saying? So we know what she likes and what she doesn't like now, and they're going to go after that, which I think is cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very excited.
Kim's Texas Bling, Antonio Whitehall.
I will be right back, guys.
No problem. Yep. But I was thrilled with her. She ran a huge race. And I know Tyler gave her a really good ride, because he knew what horse he had. That's why he got up for second. He said, "Oh, Tim's got this one." Is that?
He totally killed me. I mean, as he always does. I mean, it is no joke that when I'm on a horse big time like I was, he doesn't win, and then when I'm not on him, he's right there, and it's just like I cannot get on the right side of that guy to kill my, to save my life, and it's just like it kills me that it. But that ride that he had, it was like. What was the other one, Sean, that we were talking about the horse earlier in the cart?
Oh, yeah. No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Just killed. Yeah.
But anyway, that horse was much the best in that race. And he put the horse behind a wall of horses. And right when he tried to start running, he had no room. They closed him up. And it was just, it blew my mind.
Yeah, that's it. My friend is kind of the same with you with him, and he saw him on the 8. He saw Sherry DeVoe's horse, and he said, "Oh, Tyler's on the thing, so he doubled his bet on Sherry. That should have been 10-8 cold, you know?
Yes.
Tim, what's your pick 4 ticket look like? Scott Letty wants to know.
I
Are
just
you
put it
playing?
together, so I'm putting it in the chat here. So
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat. Yep. And anybody this weekend, who did you guys like? Anybody that you saw that you were a fan of, that maybe someone impressed you maybe more than you thought, or anything like that? Let us know.
So Scott, here's the way that I'm looking at this pick 4. In this race, I think the 4 is much a standout. In the next race, Mr. Phillip, they are not beating that horse. That's the $14,000 stable dual horse. And I really think that that horse is clearly a single. So you've got two solid favorites that are single. So we got to beat the favorites in the last 2. And I think we can. So in the next to last race there, you've got the 7 Zarina that is in that race that is going to be the favorite. I'm going to try to beat that horse. I think Dynamic Strike has a huge chance. The 1 horse at 6-1. If that horse doesn't win, then the 2-1 second choice probably does. She's my niece. So I'm going to play those 2. And then in the last race, Drop a Caribou is 7-5. If that horse wins, then they take all my money, because I can't tell you how much money that horse is burning. Jess actually sent a message to our chat group today and said that she is definitely not putting more money on that horse. Just burns money after burns money. I'm going for 3 price horses in there. If you look, I took the 2, 3, and the 8. I really like the 8 in that race a lot. And I think that we can potentially catch a price, and that's what I'm going to try to do. Because if you've got those favorites up early and we potentially get the 2 even in the 3rd leg, we're going to need a price in that get out race, and that's where I landed and where I ended up. But I am definitely not on Drop a Caribou. If that horse wins, they can have my money.
Yeah, same. I'm the same exact way. I'm the same exact way here, Tim. Same exact way. Here's my thing. I'm having trouble with my screen here for a second. Let me just get it. No,
but Sean,
yes,
you guys know that I love this guy, but answer me this. Is there a hotter jockey in the United States right now than Flavien Prat?
No, not at all.
I saw a couple of people posting on social media. I'm talking people in the industry that I respect this weekend, saying that all the talk about Irad, Flavien Prat's the best jockey in the country.
Oh, right now, yeah.
And I will say this.
Yeah.
Irad's a great jockey, and he's probably a little bit better on dirt. But on grass, give me Flavien every time. And I kept telling Ombre and I, as I was saying, we had a little thing, and I kept telling him, Prat on the grass, Prat on the grass.
Yeah,
always
right. Yeah,
Prat on the grass, and he was killing it.
And the formula kept saying, why am I not betting him on the grass? Why am I not betting him on the grass? Exactly. Yeah. No, I agree. Barry asked, do we have any first-time sires? Barry's a little bit too early. I mean, obviously, Vacoma's off to a huge start, and there's a couple, but give them a little more time. We'll know more by like July whether they're really, or August, I should say, really. But
But he's absolutely on fire right now, Pratt. And I mean, he's even winning a lot of dirt races, but the guy is just on fire. But especially on grass, they can't touch him right now.
No, I know. The one thing I will say very unbiasedly, because I try to speak unbiasedly as I can. The one thing I will say about Irad that I will give him credit for is that guys like Flavien, who I absolutely love, he's so patient. He's got so much confidence. They just have periods in the year where they just sometimes just disappear for a little bit. Just not long streaks, but I'm saying Irad is definitely the most consistent. I'm saying of 12 months a year versus I'm saying, but when Flavien's just going, he just absolutely going, who's my other favorite, who I love watching ride on the grass is Umberto Rispoli. That man just rides fantastic on grass, Yeah, Star of Mystery. How impressive was she? She just rolled.
Yeah. I thought she was going to be much the best, and that was just amazing.
Folks, you're just going to see it this summer. I'm just telling you right now, the Godolphin's just going to embarrass us on the turf this summer. He has just come over to absolutely win every stakes possible at Saratoga. Those horses are all going to be live, and they're all have Flavian on them. Exactly. And you'll be all exactly.
Yeah. When you're seeing all those and you're seeing Godolphin, and then you look down, you see Charlie Appleby and you see Flavian Pratt, run to the window.
Yeah. Yeah. They're 5 of 6 together so far.
Exactly.
That's ridiculous.
So Barry's got Flavian on his horse this Saturday on the.
Oh, wow. Good job, Barry. Yeah, exactly. On the Warrior, awesome. Frank thinks that Jose is going to beat Irad this meet. Ooh.
You know, if you weren't watching, Jose rode. He rode the summer in Kentucky, and he did okay at Keeneland. But going into the last day, he was up by a ride on Tyler, and they ended up tied for the day.
45. Yeah.
They both ended up tied for first place in the meet. But I'll tell you, Sean, I think there was a little Kentucky politicking going on because on that last day of racing at Churchill Downs, I'll just say this: 2 of Jose's mounts were scratched.
Yes, I agree. Yeah. Yeah.
And one of those was a huge favorite.
Yeah.
There might have been some Tyler politics to try to take the riding title away from Jose. But I'll tell you, I was watching him a lot at Churchill because he was killing it.
All right, 0 minutes to post, Jess. Where are we going to win back?
Oh gosh, I wasn't expecting. Where are we at on odds here with the 4?
So the 4 is even money.
Ugh.
Yeah. Did you want to do like a 4-1 all, 1-4
We said we
all?
thought the 4-1 exacta was pretty solid. And just to let you know right now, the 4-1 is paying $14.20. 4-6 is actually the favorite exacta at $12.60. The 4-1 is just behind that. But you make your call wherever you want to put it.
What if we just box the 1-4 in an exacta?
I have no problem with that.
Where are we at on our money? We're not doing great.
I don't think I didn't take the last one out, so I need to take the last bet out of that 92.
That was $8. Yep.
Yeah. Right. So I take the 8 out, so we're sitting at $84.50.
Yeah, we're right there, Jess. We're right there.
We're fine.
What do y'all think? Like 5?
I think so, at least.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I like it.
Let's do $5 then.
$5 exacta box 1-4. I like it.
TM keyed the 1 in to win in place, and the 1 in his exactas. Good luck, my friend.
I think I'm gonna try and get a little trifecta in here. 1-4, 1-4 all. Also,
I love it. There you go.
I'm playing the same exacta box though. For myself.
Thank you to everybody joining us tonight.
Yes, thank you all. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. We do this on Thursday nights as well at Woodbine, right? We're looking at.
Yep.
I'm
Cocktail Lounge.
But
Yep.
come hang out for the cocktail lounge as well.
And thank you to both Assiniboia and Woodbine for letting us show their races. 2 great tracks up there.
That's huge for us.
So appreciate you. It's pretty cool, Jess. We got to show when Emma broke Julie Crone's record. We got to show that, and
That's awesome.
show her whole interview, which is really cool.
Yeah, they had Julie Crone on video that put out a message to Emma Jane, and they showed that live right afterwards. So that was really cool.
Oh, that's so sweet. That's awesome.
And in true Julie fashion, she said, "And if they say you're awful small, just tell them not when I'm standing on all my money. I'm not." She is my idol. She is my absolute idol. Yes. I love that woman to death.
Good luck, everybody.
She's the only woman I ever know who claimed on her entry mate at Saratoga for fouling. She claimed on Chris Antley. He came in 3rd, and for Nick Zito, and Chris Antley came in 1st, and she claimed on her entry mate.
I love that
Saber
story.
Queen needs to go in. It's now Georgiano's turn. The 6-5 favorite, liking it twisted, walks up and in. Here comes Bayall.
You got a devil
Got
dog
three
in the
left to
house.
load.
Yeah.
Ah,
Oh, USMC. Good luck, my
Here's
friend.
Texas
4 with
Bling.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right.
Yeah, there you go. 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Like it.
Devil dog probably likes my shirt.
And just waiting on load abroad to the outside. They're at the post. And they're off. Quickly from the inside, love above and beyond. Flashing
Whoa,
some
look at this
early
dash.
speed,
Whew.
but on the outside, liking it twisted.
That is
Whoa.
a serious dash for cash there.
Yeah,
And we'll
seriously.
take the lead by a length. Settle back in second, love above and beyond. Saber Queen in between.
I had that 4 as much the best, but it's going to have to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wide, moving up
23.
now.
Whoa.
Yep,
Has
moving a
gone
little
up to
fast.
second in the early trailer.
Get that 1 going.
Texas Bling, the opening quarter, 23-4. Liking it twisted. Is loving it on the front end. Still with a length advantage.
Oh, here comes my
To the
7
far
for stable
outside,
duel.
That's load abroad
Yeah.
on the rail. Love
Oh,
above
man.
beyond. They hit the head of the lane. They have 47 seconds.
Hang on,
Down the
1-4.
far
Ah, that
outside,
7's
load
gone.
abroad with all the late step. Load abroad is just pulling away with a
Well,
60
open up on 'em
mile
then.
to go. A late rally
6
from
coming late.
Texas
Don't
Bling.
wrap up.
But
Let him
Load
go.
Abroad wins
Give me a few
by
extra points in
3.
stable duel.
Gives Texas Bling in second. Very close for third between
Hey.
Love Above and Beyond and Liking It Twisted.
The 7.
My third choice. Really thought that 1-4 was solid and get beat by the other horse I considered, of course.
Yep.
Load
I think everyone
abroad.
did.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have ever had the 7-6 though.
No.
I was kind of against Kim's Texas Bling in here.
I was too. I was
So I don't
about to
feel
say
bad
the
about
same thing. I was totally against that horse.
If it's Antonio and I don't have it, then you know
Goes
that.
to number 7, Load Abroad as your race winner. Second goes to number 6, Kim's Texas Bling. A photograph has been called to determine the show.
Good job, Barry.
They went the opening quarter 23-4.
Well done.
47 seconds.
I should have just bet the
5
horse to win
furlongs,
instead of
1
trying
minute.
to
Time for the 5.5
get
furlongs.
the horse in third with the 1 and 4.
And by the way, we didn't update after that last race. So sitting in first place in the free game, SPN Nation. After taking all the money in the last one. And in the $5 game, it's SPN Nation.
Yeah. But can I hold on? That 4 just did not help me at all. Coming in third.
Results of the photo show number 4.
For the length
Anybody
of
in front of me had that
second.
7.
In third, fourth goes to number 1.
Yeah, someone had the 7 and the 4.
This is my upset special coming up in the next race.
And 7 will help me out here.
That will definitely help you out. Yes.
I really need Mr. Phillip to do what he's supposed to do, or else I might be out of luck. But in striking range in stable duel, and the 7 helped.
I need him to get a hot dog from a fan.
Third winner from 4 starters, 4 horses so far. So
Oh, nice.
if we can keep that going, I would love to cash in stable duel tonight.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you're doing great in the $5 game. So
Yeah, you're
put you
doing
right
great,
up there.
my friend. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like I'll end up probably second after this.
29% had that 7, so good job.
Yeah, second, and Sean's used more horses than you, so you still got.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm out. I needed that 4 to win. I can still kind of do okay if I get the last 2, but I'm yeah. I needed that 4 to run a big one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I need this 3 to fire.
That
or if
was
not, then I
way
need
too
the
fast.
6.
23 and
That's so
47
fast
at
for this
Assiniboia.
track.
That's like going at Saratoga 21 and 43.
That's
Yeah,
why I
exactly.
said when the horse went out that fast, I was like, he'll have to be much the best in here at those
Exactly.
first.
Yeah.
And
That's when he said when he's loving it on the lead. I'm like, I don't think he is. He's kind of stopping.
Yeah.
No,
You know?
no, she went way too fast.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'll be right back.
Oh, let me turn him off.
Yeah, my everything is really gonna ride on this last race. I got 3 horses in the last race because
Oh, wow, there you go.
I liked
Yep,
two
that can
15-1
happen.
morning line shots in there.
Yep.
So I was like, all right, go with those 2. And then my top pick was I think like 4-1, 5-1.
Yeah, I originally had that, my friend. I was like, yeah, exactly. That's like in the 6th race. I had happy hour. I had the 8 in like the last race. You know, like exactly because I wasn't going to use if Terawatt or Caribou beat me, then I'm just I don't know I don't belong winning. You know,
I did use Terawatt was the other horse I used, but yeah. As far as drop a Caribou, I don't know if it'll. I don't think I can get it to show up. But I wrote not today, Sadie.
Yes, no, yeah. No,
because
if she
that horse has been
today,
taking my money
exactly.
all meet, and I will not fall for it. Oh, he's dropping this time. When I saw it, I was like, oh, he's dropping down to the bottom. Maybe.
Yeah.
No, not today.
I think that's a worse sign when you're that
Right.
good, and then all of a sudden you're just not competitive anymore.
Exactly.
Look at this 1-9.
Woo.
Whoa. Okay.
I feel like for our bet here, we kind of want to try and beat this horse.
Barry singled the 3 here. I like it, Barry.
All right, yeah,
Move
best
on
of
that
luck.
edge, baby.
Glad we can be your good luck charm too.
Yeah, exactly. That's awesome. No,
Both
and by the
ways.
way, right, you did exactly the right thing. If it's a free square, take it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Exactly. You know.
And there are, as far as underneath, there are 2 horses I do like a little bit.
I love a horse here.
Who do you love?
Huh?
Who do you love in here?
Just for like underneath, you know. I'm not saying to win.
Exactly. I mean, look, it's
right?
a 1-9 shot. The horse makes tons of sense, but
Yeah,
but what do
everybody
you got?
knows one of my favorite friends is Norm Casse, and there's Lieutenant Norm. Exactly, and I think this horse, but I honestly think this horse actually has a legitimate excuse. Just chuck the last race. I think you can just completely. Let me see if exactly. My notes were just chuck the last race. Bring this up here for us. This is race 5, right? Yeah.
Yep.
And and let me see here. Yeah, if you go to his last race, okay, Badri at this level was against Willis Chill, Fresco Kid, that same race. But that was just that if you watch the replay, talk about in the words are uncomfortable trip, right? That was the nicest way you could possibly put. I just put absolute disaster. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I just threw that race completely out. You know what I'm saying? Like just had no chance just got completely blown up right from the beginning. Never looked comfortable. Badger could never get him to settle. And 7 furlongs ran a really nice last race last time. City of Light. Oh, look at this. There we go. Luminaire's group and out of a Speightstown. And Kaplan's what 5, 2, and 5 out of 18. I think this horse could be really live here at 25-1. Just to get on the board. I'm not saying he's going to beat the 3 by any means, but you know.
Yeah, no, I could totally see that. I thought Magnolia Speed was interesting in here. It was the horse who chased Mr. Phillip in the Golden Boy last time out, came back, got a little bit of class relief, got a nice win gamely. Horse, I do wonder a little bit about the distance for Magnolia Speed, but I also wonder about the distance for Mr. Phillip. Son of Clearly Now, who was more of a sprinter type. Out of a Colonel John mare, Colonel John got a golden sense to win the Derby, so maybe he can help get Magnolia Speed a mile here. And then the horse, though, that I thought a mile made some sense for was the 4. Can you hear me run in? The only problem with the 4 is that the 4 is going to have to go out to the front and try and catch Mr. Phillip. So
right.
was 3rd in that Golden Boy.
And this is the horse that lost to Nash. You know, I mean, so
Yeah,
that group was a little bit better than
exactly. You can't look at that race where he got beat 8 lengths, but Nash won by 5.5. You can't look at that race and say the horse can't go a mile. There's
no
every chance the horse can get a mile, but you can't be sure. Matoli himself was sprinter miler. Mustin Stones, that's a city zip stallion who's definitely leans more sprinter types. So, you know, the pedigree isn't screaming out for the distance, but nobody's come within, 20 buyer points of this horse. So it's tough. I kind of felt like you just take the 3 out of the Golden Boy, were my top 3 in here.
Yeah.
I didn't really see much from anybody else that excited me too much. The 5 is the only horse with a win at the distance. So that could be worth noting. But class-wise, I don't know. Got beat by Vegas Playboy last time out, who couldn't get the job done for us in an optional claimer.
Yeah.
So I don't know if, is he going to be able to beat Mr. Phillip? Maybe if the 3 gets beat, it's because he doesn't get the distance.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
But even if he doesn't get the distance, is anybody in here really that much better than him? Is there anybody in here you'd want to try and beat the 3 with, Tim?
No.
Simple.
I seriously, that's why I said earlier, I thought this horse, and I don't think this way in stable do at all, but I thought this horse was worth the 14,000 because I think it's a 70-point winner. This horse is 10 lengths better than the rest of this field.
Yeah.
If there's anybody in here, and I think I took this horse as well in stable duel, I like the 4 a lot. The 4 is a horse that I've always liked, and can you hear me running? I think this horse is better than what could be seen in a lot of the lines and everything. But this horse has also been in the, if you look, the similar races and everything, and that was a decent third last out, and 29-1 right now. I have no idea why. Obviously you got a 1-9 horse, so driving the odds up on everybody, but I like the 4 a lot for Gittins in here underneath.
Yeah, like the difference in price between the 4 and the 6 is ridiculous.
Yes.
They should be about the same price, you would think.
Yeah.
Agree. And you look at the 6 here, and I missed if you guys said this, but the 6, when that horse ran against Mr. Phillip, and can you hear me running 2 back, was second, but had to drop to an optional claimer to get a win, and barely got a win in that race. So yeah, I'm not high on the 6 in here. So yeah, coming back, and the other 2 have had a little bit more time off. So I think that those 2 horses, 3 and 4, I would take 3 and 4 over 3 and 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did go 3-6 in stable duel in here, but I think on pedigree at least the 4 is bred a little better than the 6 for the mile. Reload being a miler type, Holy Bull obviously could go over a mile. So
I also said, Tim, that I love the 1 underneath Lieutenant Norm because of Norm Casse. But I watched that last race. I know the Calgary Stampede's going on right now. Maybe that horse wanted to be a part of it, like early, but that ride was that was one of the most interesting trips. That horse had the most, just chuck it out, came in 10th. And the horse was uncomfortable the entire trip around. And I'm just throwing that out. Something wasn't right. I don't know if it wasn't right at the gate or whatever, but it was an absolute disaster of a trip. So I'm giving him a second chance here at a price.
Yeah, the thing that concerned me when I saw the running lines and without watching that race and hearing what you just said is when the horse went a mile, it's like the running line completely changed. So to me, it's like at least at first asking did not like the mile at all.
Right. Yeah. But there's more of the trip than I don't know whether this horse likes it or not because you could tell it got such a bad trip. I don't even know what it was doing,
Totally got it.
Yeah. Based on that 7 furlong race, there's decent odds. I feel like that.
Yeah. And
Mile
here
fine.
versus like Gulfstream, you 7 furlongs in 1 mile are so different. You know, it's so different, right? But up here, you're going around 2 turns for both. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like you're, you know what I'm saying? So
exactly, it's
you know,
a similar. The extra furlong is less than the difference between 7 furlongs and a mile at tracks where 7 furlongs is a 1-turn race and a mile is 2-turn race. They're both 2 turns here, so a little bit less of a gap.
Victor traveling to Emerald Downs. Have a great time. Joe Whiffy, one of the best people up there. You'll love the people there, Victor. It's a great track.
Yeah, we actually did a little bit of Emerald Downs on the cocktail lounge at one point.
Yep. My friend Emily Shields was just up there at Emerald Downs and went to go see Giacomo, who's up there in Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Sean, interesting note in your probable pool right now for the exactas is that it just clicked over to the 3-4 at 1060. But just a second ago when I started talking, the favorite in the exacta pool was actually 3-1. Now it's the second favorite.
Okay.
But 3-4 is the favorite in the exacta pool. $2 will get you 1060 to be exact, which I think is still pretty darn good given the 1 to 9 odds of the 3.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That could just be a straight bet, you know?
As a matter of fact, no, it's definitely a straight kind of bet. And as a matter of fact, it's funny because just as I was saying that, now the favorite in the exacta pool just clicked over to 3-6. So it went from 3-1 to 3-4 to now it's 3-6. But to me, this is the kind of race that I would get silly and I would play straight trifectas like 3 with 4 with all.
Yeah.
All right.
Love it. 3 with what?
3 to get second. That would be. I don't know that it'll happen, but.
Hey, Neil.
I would play it straight though. 3-4 all.
Yeah. That works for me. If we want to, let's make that our bet.
I have no problem with that.
We'll do that for 2, and that'll be a $10 bet.
Perfect.
Love it.
Hey Neil, thanks for
yeah.
I hope you had a good time in North Dakota.
Here come the horses onto the track. Good crowd there tonight.
Right. They're coming out for the Derby trial and Jack Hardy.
Exactly.
And the happy hour.
Big night. I'm sure because of the big night, they got a special on beer and hot dogs.
Yep. Just $5.
Take a look on the track here. 3 looks like he's on his toes. You saw him swishing his tail there.
Yeah, I think this 3 just crushes this field. You know, it's funny in here that Lee Delaron or Jerry Gorno, take your pick, they have 3 of the 7.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they do, don't they?
They called Chad Brown for advice, asking, what did I do?
Right.
do we want the Lee, the other Lee, or the other Lee?
What do I do? Enter every horse that fits into the stake. Just
right.
Just throw them in there. Of course, with Chad, it's like, where else? I mean, he doesn't have anywhere else to run the horses that he's entering all the same stakes race. He just has to. He doesn't really have much of an option. But
you remember on Belmont Day, he had the 5 horses running against each other.
Yeah, it was like, wow, it's the Chad stakes. That's like me playing what is it, starters orders.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
and I'll end up with like 6 horses in the Breeders' Cup Classic by the end of the year. I'm like, oh, this must be what Chad Brown feels like. And those New York turf stakes.
Diamond Concerto.
Pop's a good looking horse. $9 to the favorite and $176 to the second choice.
Wow.
Yeah. The Woo! 3, yeah. In the $9 for $1. And then the second choice would be the 6 horse. paying basically 176.
Hmm. Ooh, boy.
Did you see the other night at the Meadowlands, the big horse Carl, right? He lost. He came in third, right? And the winner paid $138 to win and $335 to place.
Ooh. Oh my goodness.
145,000 of the 163 was on Carl, and those $395 people who bet the two to place, God bless you, because you cashed really nicely.
Right. Taking a look
Good
at
job,
stable
Frank.
here.
Way to go.
Well done, Frank. Yeah, I'm currently sitting
Moving up like the Jeffersons.
4th in the $5 game behind SPN Nation in first, Papa's Picks in third. Uncle Sully in 6th. I haven't seen him in the chat.
Go, Uncle Sully.
Tim in 12th. Jimson Weed Meadows in 4th.
I dropped with my red 0.
Oh, gotcha. Take it off just for 1 second here, my friends.
I think Sean's leading the Sean's leading in the free game as well, but has used a lot of horses.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to be leading that long.
Feels good for now.
Yeah, I'm having my Andy Warhol 15 minutes of fame right now. Yeah, but it will disappear soon.
Fun while it lasted.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
See if I can get Mr. Phillip. A 3-6 would be nice here for my stable door. A 6-3 would be even better, actually, but that's probably wishful thinking.
There we go. We're right back. There we go. Mitchell, I think I'm 82nd in the free game. Okay, you're right. Yep. I've seen so many people that were like in like 60th, 70th, like after like a third race, and then just come sweep the, like flying up to the top,
That's what I'm hoping I can do.
Jess still has 3 horses to run in the last race. So I mean,
if you got the right horses, that's all that matters.
Exactly. I really need a dynamic strike to run well against the favorites in the next race. And then I got 3 in the final race. As long as Drop a Caribou doesn't come and get things done, I think I'm feeling all right about
the thing about Jess's stable is she's got three first place finishes and she's only used 4 horses.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's you got to be really excited there.
Exactly.
What you want.
I don't expect that all 3 horses in the last are necessarily going to get me points, but I don't think they're going to need to because of
if one of them gets the win, though, that's all you need.
Exactly. And I think I've got 2 out of the 3 in the trifecta with my picks in the last race. One of them's a little bit more of a stretch, but horse, I think I could, pick up 10 points finishing 5th for sure. So we'll see. I would not mind a little bit of a payday.
Do we think the 3 is just going to be out here by them lonesome?
I don't think so. I mean, I think the 4 is going to try and press, sort of like the 4 tried to press last time, and they did go relatively quick. I don't think any of the new shooters really present any kind of pace pressure for him. So I think it's going to kind of be a repeat of the Golden Boy. It's going to become a matter of what's the difference between that race was at 6 furlongs. This is at a mile.
I just think that, the 3 is going to be so good in here. I think agree that the 4 is going to be out there, but I don't think the 4 is going to try to go with the 3. I think they know they can't go with the 3 and they don't want to be pressed that much. So they're just going to sit off of that. So
that's true, especially with the longer distance might take back. And then 6 will probably track in third, maybe with the 5.
But
Lieutenant Norm has actually shown a little bit.
Let's get a 3-4 with 2 or 7.
All right.
All right,
Let
let's
me get the
load them
7
up.
back up. Yeah.
Selfishly, I need 3, 4, 6, but I think that's one of our worst case scenarios.
We don't want 3, 4, 6. How about 3, 4, 7, 6?
I'll take it as long as the 3 wins by 10.
Lucky Appeal is now in. Next up, the 1 to 5 heavy choice. That's Mr. Phillips.
I just hope that Antonio isn't so comfortable on the lead that he just coasts in the stretch and gives up points for the
Right.
stable.
Right, exactly. That's ride him out.
Doesn't he know we need those stable duel points?
Right.
Just 2 left to load.
Here we go.
Magnolia
Phillip.
Speed.
In front.
And just waiting on Golden Diversion. The field is set. They're at the post. And they're off in the 30th running of the Derby trial.
Nice and easy.
On the inside, Lieutenant Norm.
Those 2's being gunned.
Yeah, look at this. This is an assault.
Mr. Phillip.
I think that's why Delaron has so many in there. He's trying to get a rabbit.
Only back
Yeah.
by a length. Then it's Can You Hear Me Running? Settled back 4 more in 4th.
Phillips happy to
They're not
stall,
beating
though.
this 3, though.
It's gonna be your trailers.
50 to 1. Shocking the board.
Nah, just a rabbit. Gonna die in a minute.
Who has drawn
Could be
off
fading to last.
2-length advantage. Settled in the 1 to 9 favorite, Mr. Phillips, still running easy through that.
Could do like that 1 mile race you see at Houston. He was 3rd and finished 11th, beating 43 1/4 lengths.
Yeah. Oh, here he goes.
Here he goes, Mr.
Not
Phillip.
even really being asked, just
And
naturally.
here comes our 4.
Yep.
But the leader is still Lucky Up.
All right, ask him to go. And there he goes.
But here comes
We'll take him
Mr.
finishing
Phillip.
3rd, though.
Yeah.
At that price.
Yeah, that would be all right. Hang in there for 3rd there. With
Lieutenant
the 4.
Norm.
We need that 4 to get going.
By a half length with Lieutenant Norm on the inside. But
Come on, 4.
Phillip has found another
Lieutenant
gear
Norm.
and
All
is
right, ride him out.
going away on
Ride him
the
out a little
field
bit there.
And is gonna win by 6. Mr.
Wow.
Phillip takes the Derby
All right,
trial.
6 up in
Lieutenant
3rd for
Norm in
stable duel. I'll
2nd.
take that.
3rd's gonna go to Magnolia Speed.
And just continued drawing off. So the mile was not an issue here at all. Just much the best.
Much the best. That was a good ride by that 1.
Yeah, no, we should have. What we should have done was just taken our 3 with the 1, 4,
1 and
6
4. Yeah.
Yep.
underneath. But
Yeah, if you saw the trip by that 1 in that last race, it was so disastrous. I couldn't even tell what his style was even. You know, it was just so bad. You know?
Mhm.
Wow, they
bumped
don't even
like-
have the 4 in the top 4.
Yeah, he bumped with the 3 horses. What did that exacta pay?
We'll find out.
Nothing.
That can't be right. That 4 was up there, wasn't he?
No,
No,
I
4
think
died
he
out.
finished 5th.
Furlongs 114-1.
I don't think he ever really got going.
127-3. Time for the mile. 140-3.
Well, it's got 40 stable dual points. That's not terrible.
Yeah. Keep you in the running. Well, that's a happy horse coming back.
That is a happy horse. You could tell at no point there Antonio didn't feel any threatened.
No pressure.
No. He knew we had the Cadillac just sitting right off.
Yeah, easy as can be.
The only thing I was a little bit worried about was going the mile versus like the 6 furlongs.
Yeah,
You never know if
totally.
a horse will, But he had no problem with the
Yeah.
Look at that bowed neck. He's just
Exactly. He's full of himself coming back. He's go around again.
He wants to say to his trainer, "Yeah, when do we get to run again? Like, come on, I'm ready."
He's like, "Is that it? Is that all you got?"
Yeah. Geez. You can tell Antonio likes this. You can tell Antonio likes this horse too. He doesn't usually get that excited. You know?
Yeah, this is a nice horse.
This is the Cadillac.
This is a nice horse, and not even necessarily just in the context of Assiniboia Downs.
No, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, when you're going up against Nash and those guys, and then you're up, you know what I mean?
You finished fourth.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, that's class.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. This is what's going to happen when you then come up to Assiniboia Downs. You're going to get wins like this.
Right.
It's kind of like there's a couple of interesting little fillies at Charlestown who are kind of in a similar position where they're just absolutely dusting the West Virginia breds up there. And
the cat.
Direct to cat and overnight powwow.
Yes. Oh, yeah. She just the other night that made it look like a gift. You know.
Yeah. Those two have both looked like they're pretty special. Both for Cynthia McKee.
Of the 30th running of the Derby trial, that's number 3, Mr. Phillip. Mr. Phillip is a dark bay of brown gold, 3 years old.
All right.
Good job, Norm Casse.
I feel like we need a dead pet alarm for that.
Did anyone see his horse this weekend? Like broke out of the gate like dead last, and then like came up for third. He was like 35 and a half lengths behind the field and got up for third. That was
I didn't see that.
Talking about strike the gold-esque. That was crazy. So we're on to the 6th race.
The Jack Hardy. So this is the fillies version of that race that we've got, and this one looks a little less clear.
Yes,
definitely. Another one though, where I think the distance is going to end up being an interesting factor.
Yes,
in here, a little bit of a confounding variable because Zarina and She's My Niece have just been trading blows the last 3 races.
Yes,
but I think Dynamic Strike is a little interesting in here with the stretch out from 7 to 7.5.
Yeah.
I think Dynamic Strike, who's has also chased She's My Niece and Zarina in 2 of those races.
Yeah.
She stretched out to 7 last time in an allowance race and beat 2 other horses who are coming back in here, Midnight Lady and Under Budget. And I think that the extra little half a furlong is not going to hurt Dynamic Strike, who I think can stalk. She's My Niece probably goes to the front. Zarina tends to come from a little bit further back. Both of those make sense. Of the 2, I think I give a little bit more of an edge to She's My Niece in here with the distance. You go back to those races, those first 2 starts, maiden special weights at Del Mar, and is that Los Alamitos LRC?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, I thought so. I just blanked for a second. She ran credibly in those races, and compared to Zarina's Arizona Oaks, where she got beat 10 3/4, and I didn't go back and watch the race, but at least looking at the trip notes, doesn't really seem like she had any real excuses in there. Yeah, and even that 6.5 furlong race, she got beat 6 1/4 by She's My Niece in there back when they were both out at Turf Paradise. So I think that I give She's My Niece an edge over Zarina, and that is the way they're being bet right now, with even Dynamic Strike getting bet more than Zarina. I was 127 in here.
Tim?
Yeah.
Well, 127, that makes ultimate sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's just those 3 horses. If you ask me, if you look in here, here's the thing: you look at the last 3 races for Zarina and She's My Niece. I mean, Zarina, she's my niece 3 ago. Zarina, she's my niece 2 ago.
Dead heat.
Last race, yeah, dead heat. She's my niece Zarina. And if you look, 2 of those 3, Dynamic Strike, the one was 3rd. To me, it's just those horses in that order. And I just really like, I said Zarina earlier. I know that in that pick 4, I said, if you're going to try to take the favorites in the other, you have to try to beat Zarina here. But if I'm just looking at this as a race by itself, not having that going, I just think Zarina's the bet here. Carlos Moreno, as I talked about earlier, he's the leading trainer in stakes races at Assiniboia right now, and he's winning about 50% of those. I mean, this horse is a big part of that. But it's just hard to go against those 2. I think it's like it's almost like a strong exacto with the one horse being the horse that's going to finish 3rd, and then everybody else.
Fair. Sean?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, talk about another dead pet alarm, but I have 3 nieces, so she's my niece. I always like that horse, but what do you call it? And I thought she's run really, really solid races. The difference between what we saw last races and 3 is that she's my niece, is that I'm worried about this horse going around 2 turns. You know, around, what do you call it? Because there's a lot of speed in this race. And if someone gets brave out in the lead with her, like I think Zarina can be right there with her, you know, on the 2-turn thing, and I think she can. As Tim said, I don't think that she folds, but I'm saying I think Zarina can beat her down the stretch. You know, and I'm with you guys. I just think this is 1, 2, 7, and 1, 2, 6, and then everybody is just playing for. I mean, the 7 right there, and I know who is Midnight Lady. I mean, yeah. She's right there for Badri, you know, but I think the Wet had a big deal with her 2nd place last time. So I think it's 1, 2, 7.
All right. Well, that makes sense.
I have the 7 on top. Let them say the 7. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the 6, and the last time that was in an allowance race that she got the 2nd behind Dynamic Strike, they both dropped down. But if you look at both of those horses when they went in the Chantilly in the stakes race, you know, they were both 3-4 behind the top 2, Zarina and She's My Niece.
Midnight Lady did have some trouble in that race, to be fair.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
I also think that she will, of all the horses in here, if anybody's going to move forward, it would be Midnight Lady moving forward a little bit over the 1 horse because of the extra half a furlong. Because if you look at Dynamic Strike, you know, those other races, you know, at 5 furlongs and then at 6 furlongs. But when she went 7, she barely held on, you know, to beat Midnight Lady in that race in an allowance class. And I don't think she wants any part of 7.5. I think she'll be fading a little bit more. She's always been fading to the other 2 a little bit in those races, but going 7.5, maybe the 6 gets past the 1, but I still think it's 7-2 beyond that.
Yeah.
I like
go ahead, my friend.
I mean, you look at the last 3 races, though, with Dynamic Strike, and the speed figures keep going up as the distances go up, even though she only just held on last time. Is that because she didn't like the distance, or is that because Midnight Lady is better than that 4th place finish in the Chantilly looks? Would be my counterpoint there, not necessarily, you know.
Right.
But that is a thought.
Sure.
Actually, the more I look at it, the more I do like Midnight Lady.
Frank gives a little look to Dirty Flirt.
I just think that this horse is stepping up big time. I mean, she won a straight 12-5 maiden claimer, and then she stepped up to a claiming race and didn't do much, even though she was claimed. Then went to allowance class with Chow to where, you know, she was pretty even, a little bit of early speed, and the first time for the connections there. And now, you know, this is Lise Pruitt and Chavi and Chow, so may move forward a little bit, but this is also a big step up.
Yeah, I don't know that that I see Dirty Flirt. The distance shouldn't be much of an issue, but I don't think I need that horse. Yeah,
Interesting. Kurt doesn't even pick the 7 at all.
interesting. And Kurt likes your 8 though, Frank.
Yeah, Kurt likes the 8. Yeah.
I'm curious. This is am I missing something type of horse.
Kurt does that from time to time, though. He takes a flyer on a horse at a
He
price.
does. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you have the 1-for-1 with that win at a mile.
Yeah, they do that sometimes. Like, remember a couple of what do you call it? Is the 8 coming from McPeak? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Kenny McPeak horse,
Yeah,
obviously. And you know, that was at Oaklawn where they claimed that horse, and then they bring it up here to Assiniboia and run it in allowance class. And that was pretty even first start at Assiniboia. So that's why I say that definitely could move forward a little bit, but it is a step up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Trying to go to the Robertino Diodoro the page of bringing horses up here.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think, Frank, for Assiniboia, she definitely could have talent and could move forward. I'm just not sure
Yeah,
the talent
absolutely.
of some of these proven stakes horses like the 2 and the 7 are.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if you look at the 1 horse, who I think for Assiniboia is a great horse, but this horse as a 3-year-old filly, I mean, she does great at the allowance level, but when she's jumped to stakes against horses like She's My Niece and Zarina, she's just been a little bit behind those. But she's a perfect allowance horse for Assiniboia.
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree.
And that's why I say, if anything, I see Dirty Flirt. She could move past that horse in this race for sure. But I don't think, in personal opinion, I just don't think she's to the level of the 2 and the 7 here. To me, this race, if you're looking at exactas throughout, this was like solid 2-7 with who you picking for third underneath.
Totally fair. Yeah. Board's pretty even. Actually, they're going with the 2 pretty strongly here.
Yeah.
And if we're looking at the probables right now, just to let everybody know, it's crazy. So we're talking 2-7, 2-7, 7-2, 7-2. The favorite in the exacta pool right now is a 3-6. No, I'm kidding. That was the last one.
I was like, did someone just decide they're gonna throw $500 on it? And
no, right now the 2-7 is paying $12.80 and 7-2 is paying $13.50.
Okay.
The 9 is an interesting, like, long shot to put in the 3rd spot.
I agree. For Wendy Anderson, Rashad Knights getting the bug break.
Yeah, under the lights, you know.
Oh.
Yeah, has an excuse last time out and still held in there for 3rd.
Stretch is doing an exacta.
2 with the 1-7. Yeah, that's kind of the way I see it.
Yeah, yeah. Is this my race? Whose race is this?
Oh, this is you. Yep.
Yeah.
So however you want to take a shot at it.
And when I'm gonna wait a little bit.
Yeah, see where the prices
see
get.
what they're. Good job, Frank. Way to go. Second, the $30 game. Fantastic.
I'll tell you one thing that, just looking at the odds right now, to me, 7-2 on the 7 horse.
That's really good. Yeah.
Even 2-1 on the 2 is a decent price, but to me, 7-2 on the 7 horse, I'm just like.
No, I agree. Yeah.
I think I know what I'm playing.
Taking a look at, the stable duel has updated. Sean's still hanging on to the lead in the free
I'm
game.
trying. I need the 7 horse to run a big race here.
Sitting second in the $5 game. Yeah, Sean needs that 7.
If the 7 wins, I got a good chance at cashing something, I think, hopefully.
Yeah, I really need this 1 to run a big race, and then I'm looking pretty good in both games.
Neil, thank you just for joining us, my friend. Driving 11 hours and you're still with us, I would be fast.
I've had those days. Those are,
yep.
That's a time.
Yeah, yeah. Jessica, Neil, I can tell you from experience, Jessica drove all the way from Texas to Baltimore to Saratoga to meet up with us, and she was still cheery as a daisy on the picnic bench, even after that long drive.
I don't know. Did you see? I don't know if you saw me the second day I was there.
Yeah, the second day you were dead. Yes.
When I got up and
yes.
left.
Yeah,
but that was due to extenuating circumstances on the track.
Yes.
I was not a happy camper that day.
No, I don't think anyone was.
Nobody was a happy camper that day. But yeah, no.
Well, the first day you were absolutely exactly.
Yeah, nope. And I'll be doing it again. Gonna be up there the second weekend in August, which unfortunately I'm gonna miss all of you guys up there this year, but unfortunately.
Tim, did you have any luck looking into Boston or no? Or
I'm still up in the air more than last week. I was a definite. Now I'm up in the air because it's just like the flights are crazy.
Okay, gotcha.
That's why I drive.
But it's like I just don't want to do it. It's like it's adds 2 days to the trip, and by the time I do that, and it's just like adding a hotel a couple of nights, you might as well pay the extra money. But it's just like,
yeah,
I'm not sure. Whitney weekend, everything is already expensive enough, and if I'm doing it more, it's not about can you pay. It's like, is it worth that much to go up for one weekend? And I'm like,
yeah, it's ridiculous up there. Thankfully, I have a client who's willing to let me stay with them for free, or else I would not be able to make it at all.
Yeah,
Like it just wouldn't happen if I didn't have a free stay.
No, it's true.
So I haven't completely ruled it out, but it's starting to look
the pendulum.
Yeah, it's swinging the wrong way.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Actually, Sean, are you going any other weekends?
Yeah, Jim Dandy, but that's before it.
Right.
25th to the 27th.
Yeah. Actually, the one thing that I was thinking is I had a couple of other things to do this week and everything, and I was thinking about going up, and they're up in Ohio, and maybe doing that, and maybe just driving on up for this weekend just to go hang out and do Saratoga. But the bad thing is, I mean, it's like the worst weekend to go to Saratoga because, this weekend you really want to go to the Haskell. And
yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a great observation, Neil. The horses are not wearing saddle towel colors. They're actually wearing their owner's silks for this race. So, and I have not paid enough attention to know whether that's just because it's a stakes, which would make sense. We'll have to pay attention next race.
Yeah.
That horse is wearing
that's wild
silks, but some of the others were wearing.
Mine's usually blue, though, right? No.
Yeah, this one's different, but some of them, at least some of the horses, were wearing.
Yeah, interesting. Okay.
Actual like owner's silks. Yeah, like the one there is wearing the red, but definitely, I saw what you were seeing, Neil.
Yeah, no,
you know these horses are proving us wrong now. There we go.
Yeah.
There's one. Interesting. I assume it's because it's a stakes.
Yeah.
That they have the option to wear the owner's silks.
My favorite and least favorite day of the year is always Military Day at Keeneland, right? Because I think what they do for the people is absolutely amazing. But those saddle cloths drive me nuts, and I can't tell which horse is which.
Right. I'm glad they changed to colored saddle towels for the Breeders' Cup.
Yeah, I absolutely hate when they do that.
Yeah,
and they actually do it a lot at Keeneland and all the big races.
Yeah. I can't. like if you watch an Australia race, I just want to go down and give them like, they're all black and they're all like, I'm like, which horse is
There's
what?
50
I can't
horses in the
tell.
race.
You know, and what drives me crazy, and Sean, you'll appreciate this because I know you do this, is when you spend all day watching thoroughbred and then you go tonight and maybe you're playing like a woodbine standard bred, a wood harness at night. And then you're like, oh, shit, I'm rooting for the 2 and that's the 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because the saddle cloths are different colors.
The one thing I do love about the harness, which is great, is that the drivers keep the same colors the whole time. Like they wear their colors. So so if you watch harness enough, you get to know the drivers' actually colors. Yeah. You know who's actually driving which bike. You know what I'm saying? You know. Dennis Trusty.
Dennis. Hanging in there, doing all right.
Wait. We have to call this out because this may be the first time I've ever seen Dennis say hello with 2 L's.
With 2 L's. Dennis.
Good job. We're learning. Growth. We love character development.
That is awesome.
Doing pretty good. Dennis
just closed on another oil field today. So just for these last 2 races, only because he closed on another oil field today, 30% off all losing bets. Dennis _Trusty, just message him, ring it over. He will reimburse up to 30%.
Just shoot him an email.
Yep. Legend in the game.
Send him your Venmo or your PayPal.
2 stakes races, got to act professional. Well, not professional enough. You missed the first one.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
Did we have a bet here, Sean?
Oh, yeah. Oh, geez, what was he doing? Yeah, $2 exacta box, 127. I would go for the 7, and I have the 7 across on my own, but I just think like I can't totally trust that the 2 won't. It's a tough cookie. So
Absolutely.
Bobby D going for the 1. How are you, sir?
Let's go, Bobby. I need this one as well. I need a stable dual cash. It's been a long time. Devil Dogs going 2-7 with 1279, 1279.
Like it, Doug.
Throwing that 9 in there to try and get a price.
Yeah, I thought that 9 was just on the bottom,
Yeah, you brought her up. Definitely. I could see the horse figuring in here. Like, I like the 1, and you could definitely argue that the 9 would have been closer to the 1 if she hadn't hopped at the break and then tried to brush up a little bit last out. So
I'll tell you though, I've been watching Frank's 8 here, and I really like the way the 8 looks on the track. And
it looks good. Yeah.
If anybody, the 8 has typically been right behind the 1 every time. If anybody's moving forward, maybe the 8 moves in front of the 1 in this race. So we'll see.
Rick Johnson.
I still see it as 7-2-1, but if it's not 7-2-1, to me it's 7-2-8.
Yeah. And then 2727 Rick Johnson times 10 to all, and Dennis Trusty going with the win bet on the 1 and the 6.
All right, and a 20-cent try box 16789.
There you go.
All right, go ahead and pop the sound on.
Oh yeah, let me help.
Dirty Flirt.
Let's go. Come on, Zarina.
8 is being a little stubborn here.
These horses must not go to gate school a lot.
Dirty Flirt will get a little extra help from the gate crew.
It's Assiniboia. They don't go to school at all. They only see the gate on race day.
There she goes.
She's
A little bit of
now
help.
in, and just waiting on
The 9's like, this is how you do it.
Right.
Straight
Yeah.
eight.
True professional.
The field is set. They're at the post.
And they're off.
And they're off in the Jack Hardy Stakes. On the inside, Dynamic Strike, and She's My Niece are away well, and they're going to do Early Battle in front of the grandstand.
Early Battle.
That's what
Whoa.
Serena wants to see. There goes the
Look
five.
at this.
Bye.
Good Lord.
In fourth, Hyper
That 5. Hello.
Happy hour.
Going for a hot dog.
Yeah.
Settled back in.
Serena's got the dream trip here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Lady, and your early trailers will be Dirty Flirt.
All right. Gate to wire
And
here,
under
horse.
Budget. 24-3, a quick opening quarter.
Well, that's
And
quick.
Dynamic Strike
Yep.
has that
I already saw
little
Bino
line,
look
but
between his
she's
legs to
my
see
niece.
exactly where Serena
yeah.
was.
Outside. Zarina gaining up.
Zarina's in
ground
perfect position.
third.
Yeah,
Midnight
she's no
Lady
excuse from there.
on the inside. Then it's Happy Hour.
7-2-1
She's my niece
also.
and asked first.
7-2-1, just like everybody. Come on.
Dirty Flirt under budget.
Let's go.
And Hyper Holiday now the trailer.
Come on, let's get this one.
48-2, a strong half mile.
Oh,
Come on,
strong
Strong
Serena.
hand.
going on the inside.
Come on, Serena.
And 3 wide, Zarina.
Oh, she's fighting, though.
Ahead of the
Oh,
lead.
she's fighting.
3/4, one
Come on,
Come on, Serena.
Come on, Serena. Bear down, girl. Bear down, girl.
She's
This
Bear
6
down,
is going to
girl.
pass them
Bear
all.
down, girl. Bear down, girl.
Get up, 7.
Bear down.
Here comes Midnight Lady. Midnight Lady.
You
Wow.
like Midnight Lady.
The Jack Hardy Stakes. Zarina.
Well, what it really was that I really liked the 1, and then the more I started looking at
Yeah.
the 6, it was like, wait,
Strike and 5th to under budget.
ended up 4th. I don't know if that's going to be good enough for me in stable duel.
Ugh.
But it was the 4 horses that seemed like the logical ones, just not necessarily in the order we thought.
No.
Kind of figured it would be someone coming from off. And yeah,
Yeah.
Midnight Lady just went outside wide. That can be a winning move at Assiniboia.
Yeah.
Nice little win bet there for Dennis.
That was a game. That was a game race by both Zarina and,
Yeah, no, I can't be upset with really how any of them ran. This is
not
going to be
at
a
all.
fun group
No.
for the rest of the
Exactly.
meet. I think they're going to keep beating each other.
Yeah, I think so too.
And 5th to number 9, under budget. They went the opening quarter.
Under budget?
22, the half 48.
Anybody
2,
else have
6 furlongs,
6 in
114 and 2, 7 furlongs. 128 and 1.
Not seeing anybody.
7.5 furlongs.
Rodney has the 1 in the 6 in stable duel,
Nice job, Rodney.
so that'll be a little bit there.
I needed Zarina to win.
Yep.
I still think I can hang on for something.
That's
maybe.
why I was rooting for her, because I had her. That was my only horse in that one.
Yeah. I could not pick the 8th race. I could not pick a horse in the 8th race. That was or the last race.
Well,
7th
you couldn't
race.
pick a horse in the 8th race.
Yeah, I
because
couldn't do that either. Right, exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Me either.
All right. 6, 7, 2, 1.
Yeah.
I mean, you get rid of the 6 and it's like 7-2-1, just like everybody thought. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No.
Mhm.
Yeah. No. Those are the 4. Definitely.
Yeah, honestly, I was wrong about the 7. I thought that she would have a little more trouble with the distance than the 2 and the 1, but the 2 and the 1 going out there early made the difference in who
Yeah.
had.
She had
something late.
absolutely no excuse from where she was.
Yeah, nah.
None.
Midnight Lady just had the same trip, but finished better.
She's My Niece actually ran a game race, considering that Strike absolutely just was running with her step by step.
Yeah, the 2 and the 1 both.
Yeah,
Neither
the
of them
1
quit.
ruined it for the 2.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think the 2 ruined it for the 1.
Right.
That's how I see it.
Right.
Good night,
Yeah,
Barry. Have a
but
good night,
no.
Barry.
Night, Barry.
Have a good night, Barry.
Yeah, Drizzy. I know I had Drizzy and I took her out, but exactly.
Yeah, this last race.
I got a horse I really like in the next race, and Jess has it too. So we'll see. We'll talk about it here in a second.
We'll see this.
So with one race to go.
$1 exact to pay $19.40, $10.53 if you put together the try. All right. I'm gonna need to hit this last race for stable duel because I don't think that 4th is gonna help me out too much.
Let me take our $12 off of our bankroll.
We were so close.
I will tell you what, though, this next race, we got a horse. If this horse hits, I think we can make some money. So,
What do you mean? My horse opened up as the favorite.
and it's crazy because, folks, we're at Assiniboia, 10-horse race. Are you kidding me?
I know.
Close it out with a big old field here.
I love it.
Yeah, so my horse opened up as the favorite off of 15-1 morning line. So there's that. I liked double time on top in here. Apparently, I'm not alone.
Yeah,
really,
that was my horse too, and it's like we're not alone, Jess.
Not as clever as we thought we were.
Yeah, I know.
We're not.
Horse is dropping in class off of a win, but it's a drop that makes sense. That was a beaten claiming race, so there were conditions in here. Now goes into the open non-winners of 1 in a year. Or to not the open, but to a non-winners of 1 in the year. But this horse is coming in off a win against a bunch of horses who have not won in a year because that was a state-bred restricted race.
Right.
So this is a horse in form in a race for horses that aren't in form. So this horse, honestly, I think 3-4 to 1 is kind of still reasonable on this horse.
Yeah.
Has also the highest last out buyer speed figure in the field. Just horse makes nothing but sense. I did also like a couple of others in here. I used the 2 and the 6 in stable duel. I think the 6 is probably the best early speed in here. The 8 Drizzy does have a little bit of speed, and the 4 and 5 both I think could be fairly close. But Tara Watt made a lot of sense to me as the morning line second choice. Whitehall aboard. Horse just is a pretty consistent type, is taking a little bit of a drop in class, which is needed because hasn't quite been able to get it done at the 4,000. But now it comes into for 3,000. So Tara Watt made a little bit of sense. And then I liked the 2 a little bit, who we are getting a price on. Asano's Back. Another horse making a little bit of a drop, but the horse was 4 to 1 in a $5,000 claimer last time out. Finished 4th. Gave way after showing a little bit of speed. But I thought it was worth coming back in here with the horse at a better price, at a lower class. A horse that is trying to find his level at Assiniboia Downs. You know, they had a horse out Turf Paradise and stuff, and they're trying to figure out where he fits here. They were like, oh, maybe we have a optional claiming like a $10,000 horse. That was way overmatched in there. Again, a little bit overmatched with the $4,000 level, $5,000 level. Let's try, drop him in for 3. Not necessarily a horse I had as like a big win contender. Was kind of a little more of a, maybe this horse can get 4th or 5th in stable duel for me for 15 to 1.
Yeah.
But had a bullet work before that last race. And I'm wondering if they think he has some sharpness to him right now. So they're wheeling him back in 5 days to try and get the most out of that is my read on things. Obviously, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I thought the 2 was a little bit interesting in here as a horse to use underneath as a price. So Tim, you also like the 4 in here.
I love the 4. And you said everything, and everything. And to me, that the last race speed figure at 24 to 1 to win that race, and right now it is still just dropping down a little bit. And several of these are, but form is a big thing. And to be dropping on a win, it's like that is totally different. And we talked about that earlier. And I just think that the connections and everything say that this horse is going to be right there. Thompson doesn't have a lot of horses, but he's 3 for 4 in the money with what he does have. And this is the one horse that got him basically all of those 3 for 4, the first, the second, and the third. So this is, so in other words, he's got one other horse, and this is the only one that's finished in the money for him, but the horse is improving, has improved each time out. And I think the one thing is that I think this horse is going to like the 6 furlongs and as much the best. I was surprised that out of everything was mentioned, we didn't mention the 7 yet.
That was my 4th pick in here.
Yeah, so
leave something for someone.
I had the 7 second, and I just think that this is another horse on the improve. It's like if you're looking at last race speed figures, this horse was the 2nd behind the 4. So through a really good speed figure, and in this race is getting Ronald Alley back up. This is the 3rd time that Ronald Alley gets back on the horse. But if you look, the last 2 were at 5.5 furlongs. I just think this horse wants 6 furlongs. And this is the race they've been waiting for and maybe pointing towards. And it's just like, I look for a big improvement on this horse, and I think that it can be right there. And then I had the 6 third for all the reasons Jess mentioned. And but I was really strong on the 4 and 7 in here, but I did have the 6 right there after.
Sean, how did you see this one?
Man, I looked at this race and whoa. I think the 4 definitely is a solid play here. Victor says you didn't mention the 5. I looked at this race and I couldn't use anybody like solidly. I looked at Drizzy as an interesting, and a lot of people in Stable Duel have Drizzy, like a price if he can get this horse moving back to where, but the 4, I think, definitely looks like a very solid play in this race. The 6 obviously looks very here. I mean, Tara Watt, Lisa Pruitt, Whitehall going for the double, dropping from 4 to 3 makes total sense in this spot. But I was I 4, 3, and what was my other one there? And the 8. 4, 6, 8 is what I was. Sorry.
Yeah, Dennis has this race narrowed down to 6 of the 10. So
there you go, Dennis.
I feel that. This is not a stakes race, Neil. This is
no, Neil. This is
$3,000. Non-winner is a 1 in a year.
Yeah.
Also, thank you, Dennis, for the shout out on Twitter with my tweet that I am offering pedigree analysis services for the Saratoga meet or for the Saratoga sale, the Fasig-Tipton sale.
Yeah.
So if anyone's getting involved in buying racehorses, needs some pedigree analysis, that's what I do.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the 5. I mean, if the 5 can run back to his races at Fawner or Sam Houston, has a chance. But those 2 Assiniboia races have just been so bad. Beaten double-digit lengths both times. And, I feel like the horse is kind of comparable to the 2 horse who I like a little bit. The difference being here, though, that the 2 has been getting beaten. It totally has not run back to the figures he was putting up at other tracks. Right. But at least has been like within 10 lengths of the winner. Has shown a little bit of speed last time out before fading. Whereas the 5, I guess, was kind of stalked in that first race, that $10,000 race, but then did just absolutely nothing at the $5,000 level last time. Has now been claimed off of Gorno to a trainer who does have a 2nd place finish at the meet from 2 starts, 0 for 3 off the claim. So a small barn.
Yeah. And a small
But-
sample too. Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
and it's owner trained. So he claimed the horse himself, and that was the exact angle when I looked at this horse. Look at what this horse did. Allowance class dropped way down to an optional claimer. Then it's just like, for $5,000, please buy my horse.
Mm-hmm. And someone did.
Yep. I'll pass.
Yeah. Yeah. Got bet favored last time and just ran nowhere. Are you really gonna improve a horse off of Gorno at Assiniboia?
No.
Four
And-
is
and-
Four
if
is
the
definitely not getting the sleepy time pick.
No. And if the horse couldn't drop to that level and win, I just don't think another drop for a lesser trainer is going to do anything.
Yeah, and didn't show any improvement on the drop. Actually ran a worse figure
Exactly.
on the drop. Where, again, comparing to the two, again, not a huge improvement, but kind of ran the same race at least
Yes.
Yeah.
at those levels. And, I don't think the two's a win contender, but I think at 14-1, the horse could run third, fourth. And, for stable duel, I think is a decent.
And look, Jared Brown's a good trainer, but Devin Gittens may be even better here. So, you know what I mean? It's like, so that was a claim by a trainer that at least has a proven record of doing really well this year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Vince Watson, thanks for joining us, buddy. He's got a cross in the 9, 18-1. Hey.
All right. Yeah, that's another horse who, if we can get back to last year's form, second off the layoff.
Yeah. Stretch has got him third. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one I wouldn't argue with you on that one.
The crazy thing to me is that in the exacta probables right now, they're kind of all over the place. But in a 10-horse race, I would expect us to have some decent payouts, and we do. The favorite exacta right now is a 1/6, which is crazy to me, and that's $25 for $2.
Wow.
Yeah, I need nothing to do with Drop a Caribou after those first 3 races in the meet.
No, I said the same thing. I'm completely fading that horse. I don't want any part of that horse in here. And, if the horse wins and, does what he should have done long ago, but I'm going to totally pass and fade that horse. But like I said earlier, I love that 4-7 in here. And right now that I look at the 4-7 paying $55 and I'm like, yeah, I'll take a bunch of that.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. What's 4-6 paying?
But 4-6 is paying 49.
No way. Okay. Those are your two favorites. Like,
Yeah.
wow. Interesting. All right.
Often when I see that, I get a little
crazy.
I get a little discouraged sometimes when I see that. I'm like, why are they high for?
I'm thinking this is where we make back our whole bankroll for the
Yep, I agree.
last race.
I
We
agree.
get out.
Yep.
We get out on top.
Yep. 1-7.
I'm of the mindset that in this last race we need to make. We still got plenty of bankroll. We need to make an exacta and a trifecta bet.
Yep.
That works.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, I think we key in on this 4. The 4 just makes so much sense here.
Yep. Yep.
Use the 7, use the 6. I'd like to use the 2 in the try. I don't think we need the 2 in the exacta, but for that 20-cent try, I think the 2 is worth including. Maybe the 9. Nah, TM, we've discussed we don't need the 5-horse in here. If want a horse dropping out of an allowance, the 2 was actually in an allowance more recently than the 5. Didn't run very well in there either, but
Yeah, when you look at that horse, they drop from allowance to optional claimer to claimer, and even at the claiming level, it's just like they did absolutely nothing. And it was strong connections in here. It was the Gorno barn with Wit, and it's just like that's like your main barn in the entire Assiniboia, at the entire Assiniboia track. And if they're trying to get rid of a horse, I'll pass.
yeah. And I feel like a lot of times the speed figures from Fawner do not transfer well. I feel like Fawner and Century, I've gotten, just being a little ornery up there. I've gotten tricked a couple times by big speed figures on horses coming from Fawner and Century Mile. where the horse has been running big numbers and then ships into Assiniboia and just runs fine. But so I'm not, I don't need the 5.
Why did they take so long in the last race?
Right.
Every time.
Come on, guys.
This is definitely an interesting race.
If you want the East Coast to bet on your stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly. Gotta keep to those scheduled post times at the least. If you're
exactly.
Get off at
If I
11:05.
were them, I know it's their time, so it's right. So many tracks around here start at 6, even like 5. You know what I'm saying? Start at like 8. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the extra half an hour would make such a difference for the last race. You know what I'm saying? Because you lose a good majority of the East Coast after like 10 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Like 9, 10, you know what I'm saying?
That's absolutely fair, Victor. Do never let anybody talk you off a horse.
I was about to say the same thing. I'm not trying to talk you off. I'm telling you why I don't like the horse,
Exactly.
but you bet you, buddy. Every
Bet 'em,
time.
yeah. And I mean, especially 7-1. Why not?
Absolutely. Don't ever let anybody do that to you.
Yeah. Bet your opinion.
I've always said everything everybody says to me, some of the best handicappers in the country, I don't let them talk me into a horse. I just take what they say as data that I add to my evaluation.
Yep.
If it changes it for me, that's on me. But most of the time, it really doesn't.
Yeah.
And if you're enjoying the stream tonight, I did just get confirmation that tomorrow will be the first Naira Bets Tuesday night Assiniboia Downs stream. So
awesome.
Go give them some support. And if you do like what you're seeing, make sure to subscribe, like the stream on YouTube. It helps us out a whole lot to make sure we can reach more people with our streams and our videos and such.
Look at that. Hawkstone Stables in 4th place right behind me with 3 horses.
Oh, boy.
Scary.
Oh, boy. I just need some points, friends. Down to 9th in the free ride. But let's see. I just need points. I think if I can get some points here. I have 3 horses. I have to get points, right? Taking a look at who's in front of me here. Honestly, I would be okay. Just getting a top 10 finish in the free game would be fine. Get my $2 or $3 or whatever. If I can get the winner and a couple more points, I can take down Sean.
Yeah.
Seeing how much opportunity for points everybody else has in here. A few people are done.
No
free game.
You definitely have the best shot to be able to topple the tops.
Yeah, you by far.
I really ideally I just get the 4 to win and then get one of my other 2 to hit the board. And I look pretty good.
Yeah.
And not even like hit the board, but like pick up points.
Mm-hmm.
Do got Henry, who I don't know if he's watching tonight, but frequent viewer with Will Nose and the 9, Etu Babu in here. So someone else with 2.
Etu Babu.
And that 9 horse is a horse I could be missing.
Yep.
But let's check the $5 game. All right.
Well, that's mean to make the VIP Fan of the Night race the last one. Oh. Isn't that usually like the 5th race? 6th race?
Yeah, I think so.
Is it okay to talk someone off the chalk? No. Not like if they like them, no.
Yeah.
Because then they'll get mad at you if you do and they win.
Right. Well, if you get talked off a horse, I think that's your fault, not the one who did the talking off.
I always say, David, if that was me, this is exactly what I was saying. I love the comment. Really God. I would say I myself personally would not bet the horse, but if you like them, you go with them. Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk you off.
Dennis thinks there's a track that should run from 12 a.m. to 3 a.m. But I think that's just why you bet Australia.
Yeah.
When I worked those overnight shifts, I used to sit because I worked retail merchandising, just like resetting shelves
Yeah.
overnight.
Yeah.
And I'd watch Australia and bet Australia all night while I was on the clock.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Just
Absolutely.
check in. All right, all right, we got set an alarm. Check my phone. All right.
My friend knows like every horse in Chris Waller's barn.
It's been a minute since I've watched the Australia. I don't stay up that late anymore. I'm not 23 anymore.
Exactly. Yeah, right. Exactly.
Now I'm an old lady who goes to bed at 9 o'clock, except on Monday nights for Assiniboia.
Dennis, you might not be able to tell the difference between a horse and a kangaroo.
I used to do pretty okay. Never made enough money to quit the overnight merchandising job, obviously, but enough money to keep me playing and having fun. Yeah, we were talking, TM, about those same colored saddle towels.
Yeah, yeah.
And how they are difficult to keep an eye on, track your horse.
By the way, if you're an Express Bet customer, I don't know if anybody out there uses Express Bet, which is the ADW that I use, but make sure that you go in and you always check out the current promotions. One of the current promotions is a 20% winnings boost for all Assiniboia exactas.
Yeah.
Ooh. All right. I've got my little itty bitty try and round out my evening.
Let's go.
What is the official bet?
What's our official bet? What I'm doing personally, we can modify, is trifecta 4-6 with 4-6-7 with 2-4-6-7-9. $2.40 for the 20 cents.
I like it. I like it.
But that's not necessarily official bet.
Yeah.
So if we did that for $2, that's $24.
That's
Okay.
not bad.
I say let's roll it.
Roll with it, and then Tim or Sean, y'all want to put together an exacta?
Go ahead, Sean.
Yeah, I'm trying to put one together. I'm trying to get one horse to win. Let's see. Yeah, this is an interesting one to me. One's the favorite. 4-6-7.
Probably should have thrown him in third too, but he's dead to me.
Who?
Drop a Caribou.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So there's our trifecta bet. For $2, that'll cost you $24. You could do it for $1 and cost you $12.
I'm so scared of this stupid one horse. I don't need him, but just after every race this meet, I was like, drop a
I know. Yeah,
he makes a little bit of sense in here. And then it was like last time though was like the real race where it was like, all right, here we go. We're taking the blinkers off. This is his race, and he just did nothing. And that's what I was like, no. Done.
Here's what I would say. We've got $52 left. That the trifecta was 24, so we've still got a good $28.
Yeah.
And what I would do as far as an exacta is if you look at the exactas, it's hard. I mean, anything is paying pretty well. The favor in the exacta pool is a 1-6 paying $24.80. So if we did an exacta key box and we like the 4 and we keyed the 4 with the 1-6-7. Okay. So you could do that for, I mean, $5 is 30.
Let's do it for $4.
So we could do it for 4.
I'm just going to remove this just for 1 second.
And that would be 24.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
So key it, exacta key box 4 with the 167. And all of those are paying well. So
Love it.
There you go. Love it.
I say we do that. We add it on.
The 6 is going to be tough because she was really nicely dressed. Is anybody a player like that? I'm absolutely. I win more money at Woodbine by what the people are wearing.
I call it, Sean, I call it dress for the photo.
Yeah,
Yep,
exactly.
yep.
Rebounder set to go in.
If Drop a Caribou goes to the lead, I'm just going to be like, what the heck?
Flip the table.
Here
End the
comes
stream.
double time. Minister's Maz walks up and in. Here comes Tara Watt. Will Nose set to go in.
Yeah, that one hole at Assiniboia, Frank, does not tend to
And plus,
be lucky.
I'm totally fading that horse. I mean, we added him in because you
Next
do
up, Drizzy.
you see it, but I'm just totally fading the horse.
Yeah. It's more like I could see him running third in
Just
here.
two left to
I
load.
can.
I get it. He's taking a big drop. This might be where he belongs now, but he's been so bad this year.
Yes.
And just waiting on the boss factor.
And I personally have a grudge against him.
Jessica swore in our chat that she was not going to bet the 1.
Yeah. Not today, Satan.
They're all set. They're at the post.
Oh, geez. That's my 2.
Back, fractious in the
I
starting
don't need
gate.
that. I need you to pick up points for me, buddy. I need you to run 5th, 4th or 5th.
Come on,
Third would be
Siobhan
great.
Bell. Let's go.
Getting that horse in 3rd would be really nice.
Good luck, Devil Dog.
What happens if there's a late scratch in stable duel?
You
Just
can't
the 0?
switch.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't do anything after the last race.
Unfortunately, yeah, because the computer does nothing to go up
Back
against.
is taken out of the starting gate and will receive a veterinarian.
Gosh diggity dang it.
Diggity dog.
Gosh darn. I need that horse to run. I need him to run 4th or 5th. That was kind of my hope for him. Although if I can cash a little bit of money in stable duel with 9 horses, I'd feel pretty all right about myself. But I'd prefer to have a full 10.
Let's go. Let them loose. Release the hounds.
Not to mention they'll have to back 9 horses out of the gate and
Ladies
reload
and
them.
gentlemen, we have a late scratch.
Late scratch.
Oh, no, they scratch your 2.
Scratch
Not my
number
2.
Asano's back.
Bummer.
He's not back
Once again, late
today.
scratch, and this is 7th race.
Well, that's a
Number 2.
Bummer.
that's a
Asano's
hit
back.
to my stable
If you
duel.
ordered on number
the
2,
bummer.
Asano's back, there will be a complete refund.
Now I really
If
need
you
it to
use
go
number 2,
4-6.
Asano's back in your late pick 3, pick 4, or pick 5.
Dennis, I have
the favorite
nothing to
at
do
post
tomorrow.
time will be
Actually, that's a lie.
substituted.
I have things to
A
do.
late scratch here in race 7. Scratch the 2. Asano's back. And as you see, the field
Now they just-
is being
Are
unloaded.
they pulling them all?
With the scratch.
Good grief.
Number 2, Asano's back. Post time
Yeah,
approximately.
they won't
Good
they
And
won't
it's
go
always-
through a gate with a hole in the
Yeah.
middle because the
Exactly.
one, yeah,
Yeah, they got to pull them out and read.
yeah, the
take
numbers
two
the
off.
numbers have to be, yeah, the numbers have to be
There he goes. Little
redone.
dude climbing up. Remove the 2. Here we go. Move them all over.
How about Rachel McLaughlin climbing on the shoulders of her coworker to get a sign down?
How about
That's
the guy behind her grabbing her butt?
Yeah. She is awesome.
It's just too funny. It's like, okay, I know what he's doing.
Yeah, the two was speeding that race too. Yeah, Frank's right. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I thought that was kind of the thought, was the horse could sit second, third, press a little bit and hang on for a fourth or fifth, give me some points in stable duel. Now I really just need it to go 4-6.
That was the one reason I kept looking at Drizzy. I mean, Drizzy to me was like lone speed almost.
Stable just gave me 6 notifications that a runner in my stable is
Yeah.
scratching.
Almost rub it in your face. I hate
Right?
when that happens.
Like, thanks,
the
I
last
noticed.
race.
Thanks.
There's nothing you can do about it, but your
But
horse
just
just
so
got
you know,
scratched.
just so you know, you're sitting in the money in both
Yeah,
races.
just so you know, your horse
Both
just got
games, and
scratched.
you've lost a horse. I will be disappointed if I don't cash anything tonight. Oh, thanks. Let me use that $1,000 I have left over now.
Let's go. Load them back up. Let's go. Don't they know the time here?
Right? And it's later for you than me, but ugh. It is late enough. This race was supposed to go off 35 minutes ago.
Yeah, seriously, yeah. They got to do a better job for the East Coast. If they're trying to get the East Coast money, you gotta have this last race at like 11:15. You know, 11 o'clock.
Exactly.
Because you lose so many people for your last race that way.
Yep.
Yeah, I really need the 4 and the 6 because there are people in front of me with the 4, people in front with the 6. Nobody with both.
Back into the starting gate for the nightcap.
The two just wanted to get out of Drop a Caribou's way.
Gonna let Drop a Caribou break out of there, show speed again for
exactly. And now he's not in the dreaded 1 pole. Now he's in the 2 pole.
Right.
Exactly. This is they're trying to get Drop a Caribou a win.
It's all a conspiracy.
Minister Maz walks in. Here comes Tarawat.
I need Drizzy to not run well for your dad, Sean.
Yeah.
He's in front of me in stable duel, so
I know.
I've gotta.
I think Drizzy's going to show speed, but I think Drizzy fades.
Yeah.
Drizzy set to go in. Only 2 left to load. E2 Babu.
E2 Babu.
Righty, let's do this. Better
Now
40
waiting
minutes
on the
late than
boss
never.
factor. They're all set. They're at the post. And they're off. From the middle of the track, Tarawat.
Tarawat's going for the lead. I did not see that on my bingo card.
Right. Or no, I love that horse on the front. I thought that horse was the speed in here.
Yeah.
Settled into the outside.
Had him in the 4 mixed up in my head.
Factor away well today.
Ooh, boy, they're going up there though with him.
Caribou.
4 is in a good spot.
Oh boy.
Settled in behind double time.
There goes Drizzy.
Another length to Minister's Maz, and your trailers are going to be Rebounder and E2 Babu.
All right, 6. Go on with it. Go on with the 6. Get this Caribou out of there.
And drop a Caribou.
Drop a Caribou. Drop it back.
Come on, 4.
Get this dumb horse. Stupid horse. Come on, 4.
Coming up the rail. That's double time.
Come on.
Come on, double time.
Double time. Come on.
Come on, double time.
Come on. 6-4, 6-4, 6-4. Get Drop a Caribou out of there. Get this stupid mother. All right, I'll take second and third. Come on. Come on, 4. 4-6, 4-6. Get crazy, dude. You stay back there. You stay back there. 6. Ride the 6 to the wire. You must. You didn't ride the 6 to the wire.
Double time. Very close for third and fourth.
All right. Well, we'll see how things play out.
And Drizzy.
Drop a caribou. Satan said yes today.
So the good news is we're going to hit our $4 exacta.
Love it. All right.
Yeah.
And let me just tell you, the 1-4 is paying $45.50. So we're for 2. So we're going to hit that for 4. So we're going to win $91.
Yeah. Yeah. Look at that.
Almost
We came right
back to
back.
even.
Only winners
In the lounge.
in the lounge. Now, okay, you ready for this? Oh my God. I was rooting, Jessica. I was rooting for you because I wanted you to win.
Mhm.
Right? Oh no. So you came in second and fourth, didn't you?
Yup.
Oh
That's gonna be
no.
enough.
No.
Keep
Well,
cashing.
okay. You're actually gonna be okay. Because you're
I don't think anybody had the
313.
one.
You
quote.
tie with for second. Is that you're 1 point behind me?
Ah,
175 behind me.
so close. And we'll see if anybody came up from behind. I haven't been paying
Drop a
attention.
caribou. Unbelievable.
Drop a caribou. Drops down, gets the job done. Now imagine if the 2 had come in there and gotten 5th. That would
Oh,
have been the difference. Now
Drizzy.
I'm just being bitter for fun.
The crazy thing is, I think I just got beat for 3rd, which would have given me the trifecta in addition to the exacta.
Oh no.
I did have 2 across the board on the 4 at least, who ended up going off at 8-1.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Silly price.
I totally agree.
As your
Yep,
race winner,
8. I did not have for
second goes
3rd.
to
I had a
double
1-4-6.
time.
It's like,
Third
I
goes
threw-
to Drizzy.
I threw the 8 in the back of my try once the 2 scratched.
A photo has been
Still,
But I
we're
didn't
gonna-
have the
we're
1
gonna
on
get-
top.
determine the 5th place finisher.
we're gonna get 91
Same with the
back. I
opening
need to
quarter,
add up what our
23
bet was, and
Half,
we're
47
gonna be
and
really
1.
close
5 furlongs
to coming out.
and 4/5. Time for the 6 furlongs. 114 and
So
1.
this was our bet. So the $4, that was 24. And then the try.
Yeah, Dennis, I'm a little mad at Whitehall right now.
Yeah.
I think he stopped riding on my 6.
Winner finished in 5th. Now in the winner's enclosure, the unofficial winner here in race 7, our VIP fan of the night race. The winner number 1, Drop a Caribou. Drop a Caribou.
got our key
is a
home at
dark-haired
8-1 in
brown
second,
gelding,
though, so
5
I
years
mean-
old. By Where's the Ring? Out of the
I feel like our
Victoria
handicapping
New
tonight was really good. Our
It's
our
very
betting
good.
wasn't.
Yeah. No, we were all around it there.
And
Mhm.
written to victory by Demario Bino.
I think somehow I held on.
I think you did.
I think I did
Well
by
done.
1 point because
I think-
Antonio stopped riding your horse.
Right. I think we might have gone 1-2.
Pretty good, girl.
Yeah.
Fist bump.
I've been needing it. I have
Fist bump,
not
girl.
been doing well at Assiniboia so far this year.
The 2 hurt you bad. That stunk.
Yeah, I
You know
mean,
what I'm
I really
saying?
don't know that it made a difference, to be honest.
Yeah.
The horse
Well-
definitely could have been a 0 for me anyway, but I'm going to pretend it made a difference.
The only thing I will say this, in all fairness, though, I think the 2 would have been a real pace factor there with the other 2 and might have made it a little harder. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, it honestly could have ended up being
It could
worse
have
for
been.
me with
You
the
know, a
2
little
in
bit,
there.
you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So
What do we get for that?
how do we do, Tim?
So with that payout, here we go. So if you're looking at the ticker, we started with a bankroll of $100 and we ended up
Hey.
with 95.
A whole night
Right.
of Assiniboia and you're down $4, man.
We lost
That's
less than
amazing.
$5 for a night full of excitement.
Yeah. That's amazing. You guys rock.
At least I got my
Everybody out there
$10
rocks.
back for second and third on the 4.
Yeah, I can't believe Drop a Caribou actually won
Can't believe we got it done.
against us. You know, but I wasn't going to use them. I wasn't going to use them. No,
Couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
not
Well, that's-
going to do it.
I'm
Glad I
Especially-
added the exacta though, because that got
Yes.
us back.
Yeah, that's the more I'm looking, I'm just like, this horse, it was kind of that gut feeling where you're
And
like,
the payouts. When I looked at the
Exactly, it was worth
payouts,
it.
I'm like, we have to bet this.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, absolutely. Well, all right. We did all right tonight,
We
everybody.
did fine. Yeah.
We did good in
Yeah.
stable duel, that's for sure.
Yeah. So
We'll see.
we did just fine.
I'll
So
keep refreshing and won't go to bed until that updates, but we're going to wrap it up here.
yeah. Thank you to everybody. Have a great night. We'll see you on Thursday in the cocktail lounge. Jessica, awesome job as always. Tim, you were the man. And we will
Sean,
see
you
you
did
guys.
amazing as always as well.
Thank you.
And
And we'll see you guys
all,
very soon.
Yep.
Thanks, Rodney. Thanks, Dennis.
Have a good night, everybody.
Have a good night, y'all.